Everybody remain seated where you are.
Hey, man, so you put me on?
Yeah.
Hey, then why isn't alcohol made illegal? Flowers and grass, like juice freak shit, hangers and cirrhosis in the liver. Besides, grass doesn't have it for me like alcohol. Besides, that cigarette much worse. Right, man. What much do you want?
We'll have a party. There's nothing wrong with grass. Yeah. 1,000 times, and you'll never go to harder drugs.
Don't take any films of me. You're not going to use them anyway.
Well, speak your mind then.
Okay, I will. No one has the right to tell me what I can do with my own body, what I can eat, drink, or smoke. This is a free country, and no one has the right to take away my constitutional rights.
It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. Steve likes the weed. Steve likes the weed. Tell you about DMT. The DMT. Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Hoosiers with the dream. Sophisticated blasphemy. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. So let's set our minds free for the singularity. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
Good morning, friends. Join us and start your day with a gentle meditation from Hoosier Sophisticate. Let us all remember, we are only as good as our last breath. Feel the connection between your body and the floor. Notice each point that connects your body to the floor. Begin to feel the heaviness of the body sinking into the floor. Now come to notice the breath. Feel the belly rise and fall. Feel the chest rise and fall. Begin to feel the lightness of the body as you bring awareness to your breath. The body is completely relaxed. The mind completely aware. The body feeling light. Bring awareness to the toes. Feel the toes on the right foot. Envision your toes attached to your left foot. Left big toe, fourth toe, third toe, second toe, pinky toe, the left foot, the heel, the sole of the foot, the ankle, the whole of the left foot, the right foot, right big toe, fourth toe, third toe, second toe, pinky toe, the right foot, the heel, the sole of the foot, the ankle, the whole of the right foot, both feet together, the left leg, the shin, the calf muscle, the knee, the thigh, the left buttock, the whole of the left leg, the right leg, the shin, the calf muscle, the knee, the thigh, the right buttock, the whole of the right leg, both legs together, the hips, the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, the whole back, the whole back, the whole back, left shoulder blade, right shoulder blade, left shoulder, left upper arm, left elbow, left lower arm, left wrist, left hand, right shoulder, right upper arm, right elbow, right lower arm, right wrist, right hand, both arms together. The chest, the ribs, the belly, the whole of the front body, the whole of the front body, the whole of the front body, the neck, the back of the head, the forehead, the left eyebrow, the right eyebrow, the space in between the eyebrows, the left eye, the right eye, the left cheek, the right cheek, the jaw, the tongue, the lips, the chin, the throat, the whole of the head, the whole head together, the whole body together. Feel the lightness of the whole body together. Relax and feel heavy. Sink into the floor. Relax the whole body. Relax. Feel the body connected to the floor. Feel the awareness of your body. Begin to make small movements. Open your eyes.
Ready to take these sluts on a little ride?
Goddamn right I am.
Ready for your morning motivation? You can do anything.
I got pretty high. Got pretty high on that one. Oh, God.
It's a good way to rip your
What a
rip your
morning motivation, buddy. What a morning
That was a meditation. You got the
Woo,
motivation.
what a morning meditation. That's what I said. It's
all about body
morning.
awareness. Listen, buddy.
Aware of your body.
We got bodies, and we should be aware of them.
Should I do my morning motivation from down here busting out push-ups, man?
You sure should, pal.
Can't.
Okay, fair enough.
Like 11. It hurt. It hurt. Guys, you heard Craig's thing. All I could think about is there's a guy out there with one arm just crying. I had a guy with one arm in high school, and Craig's talking about going down the whole left side of the poor guy's body. He doesn't have one. And it's like, what's wrong with you, man? Today of all days, you're going to do that to him?
Dude, I've been halved.
I've been halved pretty bad. Have you ever thought about that? And are you worried about maybe people masturbating to all your delicious foot talk this morning?
Well, I hope so anyway.
Imagine.
That's half the reason why I do this.
You said something about imagine your left toe
In my mouth.
and with my tongue wrapped around it. Now imagine your left scrot. Ooh.
Now
Your
just the
left
left
scrot.
hemisphere of your ball bag.
The left hemisphere of your scrot. Hey, you know why this mouse wasn't working?
Why, bud?
Because I don't think that's the right dongle inside of here.
Well, I found the red mouse with the dongle too.
Oh, whatever.
Here, look, check this out.
I don't care. I got three. We got 3 mouses.
Try this dongle. Let's see this.
You have just a dongle in your pocket.
I got all.
You just have a dongle in your pocket.
I just like. I'm like a guy that just collects stuff.
Well, I have a dongle in here.
Oh, you do?
In that one.
Ooh, dongly.
It's a low G.
Buddy.
I don't know. Here's the deal. You're alive today, everybody. You're alive. You woke up. You're alive. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate morning show. We're going to have a giveaway. We finally got up to 110 followers on Twitch. Follow your dreams, okay? You're alive today. Are you living? Are you living your life?
Livin?
You're breathing air. Are you living a little bit?
Come on, Jack,
'Cause
live.
I'm trying to spend the next 2 weekends in the woods. I'm trying to get out to the woods. If you're not enjoying this weather right now with a little bit of sunshine coming down on your face, just basting your entire face in sunshine.
It's gorgeous.
Shiny.
It's been gorgeous. Happy people.
Just basting your face in sunshine, just all over, getting in your eyes, in your hair. Get that sunshine all over. Kind of look up like, oh no, I got a little sunshine in my eye. Oh God, I got to run to the sink real quick. Okay, can you get me a towel? I got too much. Oh, you got a little sunshine in my eye. Okay. Look like you got a little sunshine in my mouth. Did you just put a little sunshine in my mouth?
Sunshine acid.
Just
kidding. It's native hemp extract. If I gave you a dropper like that, it'd be a long couple days.
You
bud.
think?
It might it'd be a long couple days. I have a feeling.
It'd be a long day. You think? I don't know.
I mean, if I had a bet on it.
Guys, are you alive? Because guess what? The world's gonna. Craig is predicting a bloodbath, a sheer bloodbath today.
We're one step closer after last night, buddy.
I woke up. I thought I'd know who the guy was.
You're not gonna know until at least Friday.
I don't even think we'll know then. Why is that? Please stop doing that.
Because for some reason we think that not counting mail-in votes that have been mailed in for weeks until the night of the election makes any goddamn sense.
I want to get a head start on that. Who's counting them?
Who cares?
I do. How does
I
that
hate
whole
all
thing
these
work?
I hate all these fuckers.
You hate every single fucker.
You know what I did last night?
What did you do? What'd you do? Tell me about it, man. I'm excited to hear about what you did last night.
Okay. Not last night. Yesterday when I voted. First off, I went in rocking our Patriot gear because I want to let them know I meant business, okay? I also was wearing a cannabis shirt.
Morning, guys.
Provided by Camp Cannabis. I just decided I'm going to be a NASCAR driver. I'm wearing all these fuckers on my sleeves and everything else. Like, these are the companies that give me stuff, man.
Crisco. And,
So,
Oregon did
couple of big things.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we're going to get to a couple of great things that happened last night. We're gonna get to
I hate all these fuckers. We're gonna get to a couple of good things.
Good things that happened, but it wasn't any help of theirs. Fucking cocksuckers.
Who, Oregon?
No, just the people.
Well, Oregon's probably on fire right now because they said all drugs are totally legal,
Yeah,
pal.
which basically all that did was just take all the homeless people that are wandering through this labyrinth of fucking hypodermic needles in the streets, and made them not criminals. That's all it did. Other than that,
the city will burn. learned.
Yeah, it didn't really change a whole lot except for now as they navigate this minefield of HIV-riddled needles in the streets.
Yeah, but if you can't like
If you
tiptoe your
can't
way
get
around
through, what are
of
you
needles,
even
like,
doing, bud?
you deserve to die.
That's what they think anyway.
Yeah, if you can't tiptoe through needles.
You can't tiptoe through the needles. You know?
Tiptoe through the needles with me. Ding, 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 ding.
We're gonna uke in this joint?
I have two. I should have an office uke.
We should have an office uke.
Love that idea. Don't know which one you're talking about.
Probably none of
I'm
ours, 'cause
into
we
it.
haven't gotten
Not
any
our
yet.
ideas. Not our ideas. She's talking to herself. She's texting herself on there. Someone must have had a good idea on the text line. You can text us on Twitch. We're up to 110 followers. Our analytics are going like this through the roof. They're right up here through that roof. Not your fucking idea.
Slow down.
Thought so.
Slow down
Thought
with your
so.
tone there.
Haha, nothing says welcome to Portland like a tiptoe through death. I got a buddy out there that has about a 200-acre farm. Let's take a trip, a Hoosier trip out to do heroin, says Allie on the text line. Love you, Uncanny. Everybody, tell your friends about
Tell
the
them.
#1 Twitch radio morning show on the internet in St. Louis coming at you from 7 to 10.
Yep.
That's what the reviews and reports have said.
I'm feeling juiced up today, pal.
All the reviews and reports have said we're the best morning show that goes from 7 to 10 that's on Twitch and YouTube and Periscope and has a group on Facebook. People have said that before. We're the #1, bud. How does that feel, man?
It feels really good. I put a lot of work in. I put a lot of work
I
in.
did a lot of work
It
last
feels really. I know you did, and I want to give you a shout out on that.
No,
because
don't.
Fuck this
I haven't done
fuck
any.
this goddamn chat screen. I didn't
Yeah.
put it in the
No,
fucking
it's fine.
chat screen.
It's fine.
Put it right there. Look at this is the morning show.
I didn't know what else to put.
This
there.
feels good. It feels nice in the clouds.
Doesn't
man.
it? Kinda
Up
like-
here in the clouds, I don't have to worry about what all those plebs down there are doing. What are you losers
Hey,
doing?
idiot. Hey, down there,
Hey,
moron.
big dumb animals.
Hey, stupid mountain. You probably wouldn't even know who to vote for. Who
Who
do you think that mountain would vote for?
Who do I think the mountain would vote for? The meteor.
Come home, meteor, come home. Come back to us. Meteor.
What
Yeah.
a night, bud. I was up
Yeah.
watching it for a while.
Were you?
I love it. I actually do. I love election coverage. I'm into it. I like watching people lose their collective minds. I like looking at variables that they're not covering on on whatever NBC or
There's
any
a
or
variable
Fox or
they
anything.
haven't covered.
No, I'm just saying, like when everybody's watching the pollsters and these guys with these fucking touch boards and everything.
Oh yeah, I would love. You should
Show
have
me
done
what the
something like
degenerate gamblers are doing, bud. That's what I want to see.
That's
I'm
not
watching.
bad,
I'm
bud.
watching the betting lines, and I'm like, oh, this is not indicative of what's going on the screen.
What's the betting line
What's going
right
on?
now?
It still
Right now.
shows Trump a favorite. But it got crazy. It got like way out of whack. You'd almost have to. At one point, I think you would have had to have bet $750 on Trump to win 100. Okay, so that's that's him like a 7.5 to 1 favorite essentially, right?
Okay.
Now, he hadn't been a favorite at any point of betting odds since May 5th. And all the way up until about 6 p.m., all the way up until about he won Florida last night, or they started to call Florida, or his numbers came in from Miami, the betting odds just went the other direction, complete flip-flop. And it went to where Trump was, like I said, he got as high, I think, as like -7.
Didn't get as high as me.
Got that right, Jack. He might have. I don't know. That Adderall's hitting, boy. That Adderall's hitting, boy.
Is that what people say?
That Adderall's hitting, boy. My jaw's working.
I stay in Idaho at my brother's and visit Washington. It's safer than Oregon, says Miss Kit Time.
I have a taste for chaos. I told
Craig
Annie
has
yesterday.
a taste
Somebody
for
was posting about
chaos.
something. I said, you know what I'm doing? I'm voting for hate today. That's what I'm doing. That's what it is, right? Everybody says you're either on the side of love or I'm voting for hate.
How'd Joe do?
She did. I mean, she did about how we could expect, about a 1% of the vote, maybe.
People are asking how they can share the show. on Twitch. I'll tell you what you can do. You go on Twitch, and there's a little button in the upper corner, upper right-hand corner.
Damn
it's
right
like a
there is,
square with a little, what is it? It's like a square with like a line through it, an arrow pointing up. It's a square with a pero?
Pero?
That's a dog in Spanish. I named my dog.
Pero.
I named my dog Pero after David Perron, my old dog, when we first got Perron.
So your dog's name was Dog?
Yeah, and then I met a Spanish family or family
you
of
like
Latin.
you were
They're
a
like, what's your
madman?
dog's name? And I was like, Pero. And they're like, yeah, I know, but like, what's its name? And I was like, ooh, this is one of those situations. This is one of those classic sitcom situations you find yourself in, Steve.
Lots of action overnight.
Okay.
Lots of betting action
So
overnight.
you hit that little box, you hit it, and then it'll say share to. You hit share to, and it'll give you an option of message, Facebook, Messenger, Twitter, Gmail, Discord. I'll share it on the Discord server right now, actually.
So
Follow our Discord server.
as of 7
it's on
o'clock
Discord.
our time, as of 27 minutes ago, the odds have now flipped back to Joe Biden being minus 385. So that's
So Biden's a favorite right
and
now?
Trump being a plus. Yeah, he's got that shows him as a 75% chance to win.
Is there any way to kind of, if you were in charge of that, way to rig it
100%.
like, back and forth?
That's 100% what's happened.
Okay.
Like if all of this action was moving one way, right? You have a couple people start moving lines, moving markets. You start to get money flowing in on the other candidate because you have to hedge that. Like it's all parimutuel,
Yeah.
right? Like the way books get paid is they get their little piece out of the middle. They get their vig. So they want to try and get as many. They want to get as many bets on each. They want it to match up as closely as possible. 100 bets on this side, 100 bets on this side. And if it starts to skew way heavy one way, and the book's going to have to pay out a bunch, then you got to figure out a way to get some money on this side of the book.
Because they're going to win no matter what. The only way they lose is if a big.
Only way they lose is on some big crazy
shot,
shit.
yeah.
And I mean, what was going on last night? Look. The fucking mail-in voting thing is the dumbest shit I've ever. It is just the dumbest fucking shit ever. It's so fucking dumb. And here's why. Here's why I think it's fucking dumb. Like, look, you want to have a fucking chance to vote ahead of time? Great. We've been talking about this forever. They're gonna fucking blame it on COVID. It's such a fucking stroke job. Yeah.
For those of you listening on the podcast, Craig just did the jerk off motion.
Thank you, sir. We're trying to paint a picture for those listening at home without the visual impairment.
Impairment?
I don't know, visual aid. I don't know. Looking at me, it's an impairment. Just
We
fucking
are
play
visual
with it. Yeah,
aids.
you get it. There's a fucking distinct problem when somebody's up 1 million votes going into the night, and they're like, well, we haven't counted all the mail-in ballots. And like, well, how many fucking ballots? Okay, and they're like, well, Pennsylvania.
We got like 40 million to sit
Pennsylvania
here.
had 8 million ballots, and there's only been 4 million votes cast. And like, you didn't think to get a fucking head start when half of the fucking votes came in
COVID.
before the deal? Fine.
Then someone would have an unfair advantage.
This is where it starts to lose me. If mail-in voting skews that heavily to just one party, why would that be so much different than just going to the polls? Why would one party own this part of the election process?
one party smarter than the other.
No, one party maybe.
I'm just saying that like a pure asshole.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. He's up by 2 million votes, but don't worry, we got like another 4 or 6 million coming in here soon. So
in the mail. It's in
we'll
the mail.
figure it out, guys. We'll figure it out. Like, whatever. Anyway.
So Democrats tend to
That's
mail in.
That's how it
what they're
appears.
saying. I just love that now, and I don't know if this is a newer thing or just something I noticed more last night. Was, all right, we're going to talk to the senator from Texas, the Republican senator. How's it going? Well, our camp's doing great right now. We think every Republican's going to win. Every Republican's scoring
so fucking dumb.
good.
It's
They're
so fucking
scoring
dumb.
so well in their district right now. The Democrats don't really have a chance. They might be saying they do, but they don't. We have insider information, and Chris Christie, God love him, a few times. He's like,
We're going to get to that, Riggy.
you know, like those guys got to they got to adjust themselves in the chair, and he's getting his phone out, and he's like, yeah, hey, I got some inside information from one of my constituents or whatever he is now. I don't know if he can still use that term, but he's like, yeah, someone behind the scenes in the party says Republicans, you're going to see a surge in Arizona. And they're like, okay, we just got a phone call to Chris Christie and his camp said, and I'm like, this is what we're reporting on now? Like, Craig got a phone call from his uncle who said, man,
Dude.
the vibe in his small town is wild. He saw 30 people at the voting place.
He saw 30 people.
It's like, oh, we'll report that.
Look, I went in yesterday wearing that Patriot hat and a cannabis shirt, and this guy starts laughing audibly. I live in he starts laughing, and I'm like, well, that's all I needed. That's why I did this. That's why I did this.
I don't even need to vote anymore.
And I was like, I look at the old lady dead square in her face, and I go, Can you tell who I'm voting for? And she's like,
No.
I'm like, I'm a patriot, lady. Take a guess at it.
Is it illegal to tell someone who you voted for?
No, I can.
Are you sure? Because when at the voting place, it's like, don't you fucking tell anybody who you're
you can't
voting for.
you can't electioneer. So I mean, if anything, that could be.
So if you say, I'm voting for Trump, he's got these good policies, they could say, hey, bastard, not here, not within the confines
not
of this.
In this.
Not in Afton High School.
Not in these sacred halls, sir or madam.
Oh, we never got to our whether our childhood grade school was a polling place yet.
God damn it!
I got so many emails about it yesterday.
Merrimack Hall, Resurrection. They were coming in and out. It was all. This was before 9/11. This was back in the day when guys were guys and dames were dames, and the old broads, old blue hairs could come in and punch a vote of the school without kids having to go into lockdown, worried about school shootings. Okay?
All of our comments are coming from Twitch, and I have a happy boner. Okay, sharing is done. They're sharing it on Twitch. Fine. It's a good day for cannabis laws today. Ooh, ooh. Here's my train sound. Ooh, ooh.
So
I didn't grow up by a train yard.
Ooh, your train is a sad train, bud. It's a real train. It's a real sad train, bud.
Fuck the system, says Allie on Twitch. Fuck the system. We're getting a lot of laughy faces. A lot of people just
to react to
it.
Comments on Twitch or to reply to people.
Nope.
You can put emotes. You can put emojis in there. You can call people out and say,
"Yeah,
hey,
you gotta
listen
say
here."
You gotta say their name. There might be a way to reply. I was looking for that.
You know what I did yesterday,
Oh,
bud?
stop it, Kohler Elgin 2024.
Well, listen, if one of you guys runs it, I'll do it. Listen, if somebody runs the campaign, I'll do the job. I'll do the job. I think I'll be.
I'll run the campaign if you do the job. You ready to do this thing? You want to hit him with it?
We can, yeah, hang on one second, I think. We'll get to that in just a second. Guys, we got to 110 followers.
I just remembered it was over there.
That's okay. We got to 110 followers on Twitch, and so somebody is winning that bad mother father right there. And that motherfucker right there. All right?
Yeah, somebody's going to win it.
$150 worth of prizes. Somebody's getting it.
You got to come to Festus, though. I ain't shipping this stuff anymore.
Yeah, well.
Unless you live far away, then we'll ship it.
Then we'll ship it. Watching the betting lines was interesting last night. What was pretty I did okay. As a Missourian yesterday, I tried to decide what is it that I can do that would make Missouri as successful as possible going. What's the one thing I can do that is going to open up some economic opportunity for Missourians, as far as with my vote, right? Pretty much voted for libertarians down ballot for the most part. But for the first time in my life, I voted for a Democrat governor here in Missouri.
You did?
Because I truly do think that Mike Parson is he is the single biggest roadblock to so much prosperity in the state of Missouri. Not just him, but the administration that he employs. We talk about it all the time. We're seeing it constantly.
Let's run for governor. I'll be your lieutenant governor.
Well, it doesn't quite work like that. You would have to run for lieutenant governor. That's a different house.
No, you just make me your
I'll just make
governor.
you. I mean, I could give you a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Listen to this, guys, what I'll tell him. Go tell that lieutenant governor.
Well, no, everything will kind of do one of those things where you kind of stand in the background and I'll be like, you kind of whisper in my ear.
Yep.
And I go, well, what he's trying to say here is, so you never actually, nothing that you're the not, I'm El Chapo. You're the other guy.
I don't feel like I'm
no
very
one
well
knows.
suited to be the guy that doesn't have his fucking loud, obnoxious opinions fucking.
I know it'll be like a mystery thing the first year,
That's
and
fair.
then you build up a speech, your first speech. You come out, and everyone's like, "He's gonna talk for the first time. Here it is." And then you come out and you just fart into the microphone, bro.
Now, you really fucking rubbed some people wrong
Wow,
yesterday.
I
had no idea there was going to be so much fart
I've
backlash.
always wanted to be a on-command farter. I've never been an on-command farter.
I understand.
So yesterday I was like, I have it today in me.
Sure.
I have the spirit in me. And I need to
Naturally.
use this. When you got the
You
spirit
had the
in
whole.
you,
You got to
Holy
let the Holy
Ghost.
Ghost go.
oh! And I did. And people were upset.
Yeah.
Jenny was like, that was so loud and disgusting. It made me retch in my mouth.
I wish you would stream it at the dentist this morning. Just tell your dentist to lighten up a little bit.
At Dennis?
And tell him you
Dennis
want a
and
third
Dennis?
finger in there, Dennis.
Dennis at the dentist? Is it Dennis at the dentist?
Dennis is at the dentist.
Dennis at the
Dennis
dentist?
and Dennis and dentist.
Dennis at the dentist.
Dennis and dentist.
Dennis at the dentist. That's a good 80s jam right there. Fucking ew.
Really cool.
Fucking ew.
Really cool.
Farting is a natural human thing. We can talk about queefing all day, but I bring up farting once. We can literally.
I have to admit, I bailed after a while. Sorry. Well, now we know. Just stop,
sorry, Tiffany
stop
Jones.
farting in the microphone.
Oh.
You're losing our favorites.
That's fun. Wait, hold on. Your mom just got here.
Dennis and dentist.
Mrs. Kohler, if you're nasty.
That was the hardest I've laughed at a mic joke. I think ever. That was fucking.
It wasn't
great.
a joke though.
But yeah, he was being honest. But it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
You
funny.
laughed at
I
him.
No, I laughed at the joke.
No, there was no joke there. He made a mistake, and then you laughed at him really hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a funny mic joke, I guess is what Grace called it. But that was really funny when your mom, oh, dude, your mom's in here, and you're like, you think Miss Kohler, if you're nasty, is my mom?
I appreciate it.
So good. So, yes, Ask Gas. See, we got pro Ask Gas guys in here. Thank you. We need to get the demographic back down anyway. A lot of ladies in our group.
A lot of lady time to take those
And that
little
was my-
brain broads down a peg or two.
Said the right word. Said the key word.
Yep.
Here's the deal, though. I tried to make it no girls allowed from the beginning, remember? And then you were like, we got to let our moms in. Miss Kohler, if you're nasty. And I was like, no, we don't.
I banned my mom on all social platforms.
Well, she's doing a great job on Facebook. And boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy, oh wowie, wow.
Her Discord server is litty titty, dude. She streams Among Us on there. Completely nude.
Steve, you want to talk about some good stuff that happened? No, I'm not doing that. No. On yesterday in voting, brought to you by Bungeon Property Group, the state of Oregon approved a ballot measure.
No. You're gonna do the
Are we doing that later?
drugs?
Want to do that later?
I have an entire thing for sex, drugs,
we'll
and
get
rock
into it
and
later.
roll.
You guys want to hear about it? You can come in on hour 3. Listen.
We can touch on it though. Touch on it. Touch it.
Couple good things happened.
Touch it.
We touched
Just
enough
touch it.
on the fucking dumb presidential election and the dumb fucking mail-in voting. Like seriously,
What's that
Hey, yo,
move?
someone
What's
was like,
that move?
someone was like, listen. Someone was like, hey, listen to me. We need to make sure that everybody votes, and we got to be able to do it by mailing. And it's like, no, really, these same fucking people are going to the grocery store. You can go to the grocery store, go stand in fucking line, fill it out, do your fucking job. That's what we got to do today. And if you're not, if you got to mail it in, somebody can have these fucking things counted so we can have a little closure. Or so we can at least light this fucking fuse so we can blow this shit up. Let's go!
What?
I'm ready for it all to end.
Okay,
I've been cheering for Thunderdome for fucking 8 years. They're not going to
You
keep
wouldn't last
this
a
from me.
second with ligaments like that. I'm just telling you.
100%.
You need to
What do you think? I got a
surgery.
fucking. What do you think? Fucking cars stop existing? Yeah, right. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm
You
going
need your ligaments, bro.
to. For what?
For livelihood.
That is so-
How are you going to catch a deer?
That is so ableist.
I'm just saying, I'll take a guy with good ligaments in the Thunderdome.
Oh,
over a guy-
there's Judy Babe right
over
there.
a guy with
Jesus
there
Christ.
she is. Hey, she
Big topic on the show this morning, huh?
I did. I got an email. I'm gonna get an Emmy for playing your mom in our skit the other day. What was that? What's eesh? That was a good. I did a good job.
It just made me relive some hard shit.
You're shirtless in your room.
Fuck yeah, pumping it out.
Pumping iron.
Listening to Tool, man.
They said athlete.
Dennison. By the way, Dennison.
That hurt. Some things hurt. You guys said.
All we'll do leading into our sex, drugs, and rock and roll talk in the third hour is just say that there were some very important strides that were.
Well, we
made.
got 25 more minutes to fill free time, so go for it.
it's
Because
fine.
I got sex, drugs, and rock
Okay,
and roll.
great. Well, okay. So we talked about all the tomfoolery and nonsense surrounding candidates. Oregon voted to decriminalize heroin, meth, other street drugs. Basically, all drugs, small amounts of harder street drugs, including but not limited to heroin, methamphetamines, and cocaine, have been decriminalized in Oregon, with more than 70% of expected votes reported on the Oregon State website. The ballot measure means that the possession of a non-commercial amount of drugs, which varies in amount by type, would be punishable by no more than a $100 fine. Violators can also opt to complete a health assessment for drug addiction instead of paying a fine.
What? So we're gonna get them some help instead of.
Yeah. Now I have some like we talk about like the Portugal decrim approach and how it's really doing pretty well, and I also have like. We talk about how crazy the prison system is and how we put people in cages. We criminalize, drug possession. And like, I have some concerns surrounding I guess they can opt in. So this is good. Like being able to opt in to complete a health assessment versus like, you have to fill this out. Like, we're not going to send you to jail, but we're going to make you go through a state-run rehab program. Not a whole lot different than fucking throwing somebody in a cage for using a substance.
Sure.
So the fact that they can either just fucking flip them 100 and say, okay, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
Or, or do this. Maybe you're too broke to do that. Maybe you do the health assessment. I think it's pretty awesome.
Does this open up Oregon to the allowance, which you can do now under religious tenets or under the guise of religion if you want to, but do ceremonies? Does this open up Oregon for more clinics that you can probably go and I would like to see clinical settings of MDMA, psilocybin, ketamine, DMT. I would love to see all of that. But on the other hand, the yin and yang to that, I would also like to see nature retreats that people have. Because Oregon and Washington, you're talking about the rainforest up there, bud. Mm-hmm. Papo.
Yes, sir.
That's the American
Pacific
rainforest,
Northwest, brother.
So if you can get people at one with nature there, because that's the one thing I didn't like about every documentary we've ever seen, and we've seen the rooms get better and better, but a lot of times when they're administering psychedelics, they administer them in a kind of a sterile hospital room, which is, if you think about the times you've been tripping, and you would want to be in a sterile hospital room. I mean, we talked to Max Montrose about one of the experiences he had.
The Ibogaine experience.
What?
The worst substance you could potentially be on.
Moly.
To have a fucking blood pressure cuff squeezing your arm every 20 minutes and people checking you underneath fluorescent lights.
Wow.
Fuck. No, that's like Clockwork Orange shit for me. Like
totally,
holding your fucking eyes open. Like I don't
That's
know.
what it makes me think of.
Nope.
And so
The healthcare nature retreats, though, I'll tell you what, we fucking got some shit kind of exposed to us. You turned me on to someone that follows our page that was sent away as a troubled youth to one of these nature addiction wilderness retreats, and it's fucking. Oh, dude, it's atrocious. Like the fucking the atrocities taking place towards the troubled youth of America that are just kind of thrown into drug addiction programs, and there just needs to be a lot of oversight. There needs to be a really thorough plan for how for how it's going to be executed. Because after reading that a little bit, I would have said the same thing. Fuck yeah, dude, let's take these people into the woods, dig their fucking toes in the mud, and you know, let them reconnect to what is real. You know, get them away from the hustle and bustle and the junk. Get them away from their friends. Get them away from the the routine, the schedule. Do all of those things. But also, let's make sure we don't have monsters running these fucking programs. 1,000,000,000,000,000%. Because that is the deal. I think that's how you can reset a system. We're already seeing how brain scans have shown how psilocybin and LSD can light up different parts of the brain. Some of the scientists are saying it's kind of like a reset. We're kind of hitting the Nintendo reset button here for a second. Right. Okay, cool. We can charge up new neural pathways. This is great. And just watching all the nature shows and shit, you see a change happen in people, a psychedelic shift when their body functions down to the point of calorie intake, calorie, when you're burning calories. So caloric intake to how many you're burning, to how much water you're intaking, how much you're peeing, and what your color is. When your life depends on that, and then the elements from wind, rain, your shelter. So you have these three things that you need to worry about. Your brain starts shutting. I'm sure it's like, yeah, I'd like some heroin, but also food's kind of the first thing I need right now. I have all these addictions to pathways in my life that light up these neural pathways and enablers and all that. Well, there's no enabler in nature. Nature gives zero fucks about you.
Yeah, you better figure out how to live in fucking harmony with it, because otherwise it's going to kill you.
Nature will just... If those people died on that island, their bones would decay, their meat suit would go away. The island would never... It would thrive. It'd grow some plants, some fungi in that area.
Yes, sir.
But if you live in harmony with nature, then boom, you have a symbiotic relationship that alters these people forever. So I'm wondering if with Oregon now, I would love to see clinical settings where, you can go get a dose of ketamine or something, and that MDMA really worked. And we're starting to see the hospital rooms now in some of the studies where there's nice drapery and they've kind of made it feel like an ashram or something, where at least you're in a hospital still, but at least this
warmer,
room,
not quite as sterile.
Lamps, they have lamps instead of the overhead lights. Still the chaos of outside, and I think the energy of being in a hospital where people have died, and if you think of places that hold trauma and sadness, and there's happiness obviously there too, but in a lot of the specific units, if you're sick, I'm sure there's a lot of people's energy that has been spent there that is just hell, their personal hell that they've gone through in those walls. If you're having a psychedelic experience, which I have an article about out-of-body experiences kind of tying this all together, I wonder if Oregon will be... Is this just something that says we're going to stop getting people in trouble, or is this something that is going to propel somewhat of an industry there? And isn't it ironic, don't you think, that...
It's like rain on your wedding day.
Isn't it ironic that psychedelics and, heroin and meth and some of these other drugs that kind of are, you escape from things rather than going inward on things. If we legalize these at the same time, the relationship they can have with each other that says, oh, I was trying to forget about my life with these substances. Now I have these substances that help me go inward to really discover the root of why I'm doing what the fuck I'm doing, man.
Yep.
Do you think Oregon will have something, or does this just decrim it more or less?
Or
does it allow?
It's a decrim measure, but Oregon already has shown.
Oregon, Denver.
So much. They have shown so much kind of favor for moving the other direction on drugs. I don't know. I don't know as far as. I think there will probably be some kind of unintended consequences that come of it, but I think people in Oregon are probably pretty safe from this. I think they're moving on to a different set of problems. I'm hoping they can lead the way here on this.
Also, like, it bears noting, so on top of them decrimming, right, which was huge. Like, they had two pretty.
Did they grow it there?
They had two pretty big drug issues on the ballot yesterday. One was to decrim all drugs, make them $100 fine. The other was a statewide psychedelic push.
Yeah.
Which has not been done anywhere. Like,
citywide.
We've only had municipalities vote on decrimming. And Oregon becomes the first state in the country to legalize psilocybin with the passage of 109. 56.12% of the voters voted for it. So multiple cities have decriminalized the substance, but Oregon will become the first to permit supervised use statewide if that majority holds. That is huge, huge, huge. The decrimming of all drugs is, like, to me, that's the big goal. That ending the war on drugs, that's the big goal. But this is the first real tangible step to developing a real medical psychedelic
Can
market
they
in
sell
America.
them in stores?
I think so. I think. Let's see here. Supervised use. So it's probably not sold in stores, but it sets up a framework for people. It sets up a framework for healthcare workers, for people like that to be able to offer it.
I would like to have heard why some people voted against it. Why it only passed with.
I think that a lot of people just don't. I think that a lot of people have been told that tripping, the idea of tripping out, is like the worst drug experience, right? Like, even when people are talking about the horrors of crack or whatever, there are people like, well, man, it'll blow you out of your mind. It's like, well, maybe your fucking mind isn't all that fucking great where it's at. Maybe it's kind of fucking narrow and, you know, like anyway, but like, that's how I feel. I feel like the dangers of drugs were always explained to me by being put in a place where I'm out of my wits, you know? And it's always been vilified. You know, the idea of expanding our consciousness has always just been a vilified act. That guy's got to be crazy. He takes drugs that make him see colors, man.
I just wondered, with all of the, with a good campaign, all of the science that has come out that says how safe psilocybin is, how it's helping people with depression, and how many people suffer from depression and anxiety, that you wouldn't see a higher uptick. Because when we've talked to the experts about cannabis, when you talk to Doblin about cannabis and then MDMA or psilocybin or LSD, he says those are actually easier to get through because they kind of go under the rug a little bit. The craze now is more marijuana focused, whether you're keeping it illegal or whether you're trying to legalize it. There's a big markets on both sides. There's a lot of money to be made both sides, to where some of these, they'll be like, hey, psilocybin's on the ballot and it's this substance that helps with depression. You know, a normal person who's like, what the fuck is psilocybin?
Yeah, but you'd have to put psilocybin and not magic mushrooms.
Yes, that's
you know
what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think you'd have to use a scientific name where people are like, eh.
Yeah,
because there is some in the middle that could be swayed just by simple verbiage, and I'm sure they wouldn't put magic mushrooms. It's just like they wouldn't put weed in a cannabis measure or something. You know what I mean? Like,
but they put marijuana.
I know, which is ridiculous.
Which is ridiculous.
And to answer your question a little bit, there's a 2-year period where they're going to hash out the regulatory details of it with this passing. But to answer your question, the law won't mean that mushrooms have the same legal status as cannabis. Instead, it will allow psilocybin to be stored and administered at licensed facilities. So hopefully it's not some crony framework where only a couple of people get to do it and the cost of much. Because listening to people that are legally administering this, I mean, people are talking about like $300 fucking mushroom trips and everything. It's like, guys,
fuck that.
Fuck. Give somebody fucking $30 and go sit in the middle of fucking nowhere and hug a fucking tree or something. Like, if that's the alternative. If the alternative is I'm poor, I'm broken inside, and I don't have $300 for someone to help me hash it out, or I can scrape together $30 and fucking go sit at the river and skip rocks. Like, listen, I'm all about assisted psychotherapy with psychedelics. I think that it is paramount, that it is available to more and more people. But at the same time, like if this regulatory framework makes it to where it's fucking $400 to fucking have a mushroom experience,
Okay.
that's going to be one
For
of the
sure. For sure. Oh, I saw on the line it says, something to the effect of psilocybin will help heal the world. I tried to play devil's advocate with that because I used to think that. I was like, man, psychedelics, if we could just dose people up and people be able to see what life is like and be able to be open and see how we're all connected, it would really change things. I think so. But also after hearing the Aubrey Marcus podcast, I wonder, and you've brought this up about microdosing. Psychedelics sometimes always get portrayed as, yeah, it was trying to do a good job. If you had a bad trip, maybe that was just on you. It's a good substance. It's good. But when we're talking about these substances, sorry, I saw who did you have on there? Rue McClanahan on there? I saw you on your screen.
Walter Cronkite. Oh,
the top.
Do you want to know? Oh, it was
Doris Roberts.
Oh, I got a better one. I'll get you.
My train of thought.
You want to get boned up on a birthday? You want to get boned up on a this day in history birthday, bud? Let me just pull up her picture. Go ahead and look over there.
So they say psychedelics will heal the world. We say things like that. And while I think that's partly true, I think it's an entire shift back to nature. I think it's when we all come to this place that we realize we're rooted in originally, and we're like, oh, that feels like home. There are certain times when you feel home. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
That's the deal. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to get back home. We're going home no matter what. And I think psychedelics can have an amazing effect on that. But what I was asking you, what I was getting to earlier before Rue McClanahan boner popped in, is that can psychedelics
get you every time?
Can psychedelics be used to amplify the bad, or
yeah, sure,
like the bad, like the dark shamans?
Yes.
Because the microdosing, like you were saying, you can become a better cog in the machine.
Sure.
By using psychedelics.
Absolutely.
You can get your reports done quicker for the company that's polluting the river. Oh, good job. The psychedelic really did. How weird is that? It's just a tool.
That's right.
And it's something that we use. That's why I think being able to team up those clinician sites also with like, oh, okay, we're going to do one day in a hospital setting where we give you a little, where they find the right dose for you. And then, and then we're going to go out into the middle of nature. And how many of those shamans say, well, it's nature that's actually healing you? Like, oh yeah, you're gonna have an experience out here. No. Nature is healing you. That's from nature. This is nature. What you feel is nature. You are nature. That's going to heal you. Oh, buddy. Oh,
you already know?
I looked.
You already know? I'm going to show everybody at home. If we're going to get boned up, they might as well too.
Is it her birthday?
It's her birthday today. I can't believe she's 3 years older than my pop. She could still get it.
I think she's 3 years older than my pop.
I can't believe it, dude. Can't believe it. Which one do I want to go with?
$20 is too much for an experience. Fuck that, says Casey Weedblog. Guys, if you're not following Casey Weedblog,
I watched him last night. I had a good time with him last night. I'm trying to pull you away from the little bit of the election talk.
Really?
Yeah, he was great.
Oh, come on, I missed it.
I love fucking Casey Weedblog. I love James Thomas.
I'm a big fan.
Big fucking fan.
And we don't like many people, really.
No.
We don't. We don't like many people.
I would argue we like very few.
Mm-hmm. And you're on the list, buddy. That should feel pretty good for you right now. He's probably sitting there going, wow.
Wow, these guys really
like me? These guys like me? Oh, man, my world is great.
I think he was losing a lot of sleep over it.
Yeah. Woo, are you going to do it? Are you going to do it to these people? Oh,
guys,
my. Move us down to the lower corner.
This day in history, Steve.
You're just going to cut to it. Yeah, I like that.
I'm going
I don't like the fade to black transition.
What happened to that? That's new.
What did they do?
I think we can change it.
I
know. Let me just do this. Let me just.
Casey Weedblog, please put your it's twitch.tv
/ Casey Weedblog. I don't. If I had to guess, I would say that.
Yes, what comes out is what was in and needed to, says Tabitha.
On-
You are nature, healing nature.
Where the fuck did it go?
Whose
bud?
birthday? They're waiting. They're waiting.
They want to know, huh? They want to know, huh?
Yeah, that's what I saw Laura
Yep.
Bush. I thought it was Rue. I thought it was Rue McClanahan.
Laura got a couple nice little birthday gifts, didn't she? A couple years in a
Fake
row.
titties?
A couple years in a row, she came in. She's like, "Damn, I get to fucking live in these digs for the next 4 years." Happy birthday to me.
She live in the White House?
Laura Bush.
Oh, I was thinking afterwards, like you meant for 2 terms. Like
I got you,
she moved in there.
guys. On this day in history, brought to you by Bungeon Property Group, November 4th, 1950. Marky Post. Marky Post. Happy birthday to you, Marky Post.
Happy birthday to you, Marky Post. If you're watching, Marky, good job.
Boy, if you were a boy
Good
in
job.
the 80s.
Wait, that's me on the bike ride. Oh no, it's Marky Post. That's Marky Post.
Anywho,
ballyhoo.
I thought that was
You want to give this away before our first break?
Property.
Or when we come back?
Why don't we do it on the other side of the break?
You dirty bitch!
I'm a dirty motherfucker. Real quick, just to build on the Oregon thing.
quick.
New Jersey passed legal cannabis.
Are you going to save nothing for the third hour?
We're going to talk about it. And then DC passed
Well, I
their.
don't know anything besides that. So
I got you.
gotta
Man.
load.
Well, DC passed their decrim nature bill. So all natural psychedelics.
Well, we learned it wasn't even a voting city.
Until just a little bit ago.
Just 68 or some shit like that.
Guys, I'm going to let.
Lord, we're getting all Ms. Kit time all boned up.
There you go, guys. I'll give it to you one more time. Happy fucking birthday. She made me want to be a lawyer.
A better person?
She just made me want to be a lawyer, bud.
Oh, night court? Oh. Ready to take these fools to break?
Guys, on the other side of the break, we're giving away all this crap we've been talking about for a while.
Oh, we got a wheel to spin. Oh, man.
If you
I got some
know
good music.
anybody that is a Twitch follower, you might want to let them know that we're drawing this man. On the other side of the break.
You have to watch on Twitch, though. I'm not going to post their name anywhere, except on the Discord server.
Oh, I like you're a. I'm a little Bia. That's not bad.
Bia, why you acting like a Bia? I'm acting like a
Ms.
Bia.
Kitty Me. It's pronounced Ms. Kitty Me.
Miss Ketamine?
Miss Ketamine? No shit.
She's here?
All right, guys. See you on the other side of the break. We're gonna give away some stuff, and then what we talking about on the second side?
You
second
want to
hour?
hear?
I want to
hear?
just give them a little. Just tease.
Okay, I got a story in the second hour.
Can I just do this?
I'm gonna give you a little story about dogs and sniffing out bad people. The science, the smallest dinosaur ever found. Then in the third hour, we got out-of-body experiences, guys dipping their balls in soy sauce. I did bring some soy sauce,
Oh,
too.
supposedly, yeah, you can taste it, right? Something like
And Facebook blocking ads of sexual onions.
They're the fucking worst. All right, guys, stick around. These are our sponsors. Spend some money with them if you love us. Bye.
We'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world.
Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp. Catching crow that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp.
It's a stomp, it's a wiggle, turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, move your feet, head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man,
Get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
Do you take our insurance and are you cannabis friendly? Yeah. And they all said no. And then at that last phone call, that 8th phone call, I was like, do you know anybody that is? I'm desperate. I've called 7 other people. You're my 8th phone call. Yeah. At this point, I'm crying my eyes out. And this lady just felt bad for me and said, hold on, let me call you back in a few minutes. And they called me back and they said that they would take him, but under a certain amount of conditions. And the main condition was that if they felt that cannabis was not working for him, then they would take him from us and put him in and Child Protective Services, and then they would take the other 2 kids too. Oh, because they were both underage.
Then
and we would be charged with child endangerment.
So they'd go to federal prison.
Yeah, we would go to federal prison. So we said, bring it on.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get...
Whoa, Kippy, you can't...
Well, I was just going to say get in trouble.
Okay, well, it sounded like you were going to say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at carltoninsurance.net, or you can call him at 314-961-4800.
Native hemp inside of me. 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 I got 1,800 milligrams going real good down my throat. When I wake up in the morning and I need a pick-me-up, well, I grab my bottle of native hemp and I splash it on my tongue. Lap, lap, lap. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me.
Native hemp extract, available at HoosierSophisticate.com. Enter code HOSO, H-O-S-O, at checkout for an additional 30% off.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
What are you doing? What's happening? What is happening? Craig's
so fucking. Why did I put that over there? Get the fuck out of here.
Put what over there?
I threw the commercial back over there.
Oh, because you hit cut.
Motherfucker!
Look at that.
It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Morning Show.
Who can name where we're at? Don't tell them.
Okay.
Did you know where we were at? It's one of the 7 natural wonders of the world.
You posted about that yesterday.
Yeah, that's a vote I can get behind. What's your favorite, wonder of the world?
I added to the poll
What'd you add to
Cueva de los Cristales, those giant crystals in the cave.
Dude, the first
in
time I
Mexico.
saw those, I assumed it was Photoshop.
It looks like maybe like little figurines.
They're little guys.
Yep.
And one of the crystals he has here, is that quartz?
It's I think it's selenite or so I watched the deal.
You gotta feel weird going into that place, right? Like,
Well, they can't stay very long in it. It's usually covered in water, and it gets so hot in there. It gets the temperatures up to like 130 degrees. That like when they go down there to take these samples, I'm not.
Because of the vibrational
I'll pull
energy?
it up. I'll pull it up. That's something we can.
Are you shitting me?
Yep, it gets so hot in there. It's normally filled with water.
But then it gets so
And they
hot
drain it
when
out.
the salt water
Yep,
is gone.
you can only be down there for a very
Is it
short
ocean?
period
So
of
is it
time.
salt water that goes in
I
there?
assume. I'm not 100%.
What?
I'll pull it up.
See, because you know me, I was like, oh yeah, put a crystal in your vagina, whatever, like that
But
was
dude,
me.
put a-
but I'm
put a
learning,
crystal in
yeah,
your
but yeah,
vagina. Dude,
put a little
do
bit
that.
of crystal in there. Do that. I'm not going to judge anybody for that.
Absolutely not.
But
Can we just-
I'm believe in the power of crystals. I do. I think if you go into a cave of wonders like that, I don't know if I'm gonna put
What's
that
that
as my top.
doing?
What are you do? What
I'm
are
trying to
you
change
doing?
that. Can I not
Don't worry
change
about
that?
it. No.
It's fucking dumb.
Yeah. Did you click the arrow on the fade to black?
Yeah, I did. It just did that. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, see your scene transitions down there on the right?
Oh, is that what we're
Yep.
doing, bud?
Yep.
We just do a little fade ski?
Yep, now try it.
Or do we want a little swipe ski? What do you want?
Swipe it. Let's do a swiper.
Swiper, no
swiping.
swiping.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
fuck that.
that's bad.
All right, let's
That's bad. We got a bunch of options. Fade.
Let's
Just
just
do a fade.
All right. Well,
Let's see.
anyway.
Transition. Wait, no, it's the same scene. You got the same god dang scene.
There it
she's
is.
back, baby.
There it is.
She's back. We're
There it
just
is.
figuring
It's
it out on
Marky
the
Post's
spot.
birthday, guys. It's cause to celebrate. Who gives a shit who gets elected? Look at that.
Happy birthday, happy day, happy birthday to Marky Post today. Thank you.
Thank
Marky
you.
Post.
Thank you. Okay, let me go ahead and pull this up here.
Okay, we're gonna give away this easy butter maker and this bake sale.
What you want, a little butter
grinder.
maker?
We need the desktop audio up because we're gonna have some music playing.
You do?
Yes, we do. There's
It
gonna be
just
some
starts
music
whenever I
with
spin the wheel?
whenever you click the center of the wheel is
Okay.
when this thing starts. Guys, thank you so much for following along with us on Twitch. We're hoping to be leaders of the new school. What? Something like that. We want to move to Twitch. We want to get off Facebook. We've seen the writing on the wall. We've been doing this for a minute. It's nice to see that people are willing to buy into whatever fucking shit we got going on, man. It feels good.
Feels real good.
I love the one thing I'm missing right now is getting together with them. We're gonna have Friendsgiving coming up.
21st.
This place is gonna be popping. The 21st is Friendsgiving, Spanish Society. Everyone is invited. And then we have the grand opening the 29th here in Festus. We'll show everybody around the studio. We'll take it. We're gonna get weird here.
I love it.
Can we get weird with you?
Let's get a little weird, guys.
Let's hit them with.
Hey, share this while you can if you want to. Share it wherever you're sharing. But this is for the Twitch. This is for our Twitch homies. Okay.
I'm gonna put it on the Discord server.
If you're one of the Twitch homies, you got a chance to win.
Okay. There you go. It's good. There you go. Right there, guy. Right there, guy. Nice.
Grinder, bud.
That looks good.
Little easy butter maker, bud.
Ooh,
Talking
bud.
about 150 in prizes. Steve-O?
I'm over here. I'm gonna get a little closer so I can read the names off.
Okay.
As they're
All
getting
right.
closer.
You wanna just okay. Here you go. On your mark. Get set. Go. God, I hope this is royalty free music.
I would think so, right? Okay, it's hard to see the names right now. There's some details. Twitch Coach, Uncanny, Hippie Don just went by. Rag 24 is coming up. Oh, who's this? B Lightner's coming up. Apex Yoga just got passed up. We're not going to see them again. It's somebody on this side because we still got about 20 seconds. Butthead 212. Butthead 212. Moino 65, Tabitha 73. Who's it gonna land on? Burbo 8, Sawdog. When's this thing gonna stop? Bob Marley 2212, military.
Stephanie Gresham.
Who is it?
Bob
Military
Marley.
Precision. Military precision? It's going to stop. Military precision. Raymore Wolf? When is this thing going to stop?
Raymore Wolf's got to be Wolfenbarger, doesn't it?
Raymore Wolf?
Raymore Wolf! Raymore Wolf!
Oh, shoot.
Raymore Wolf, congratulations. You have won a bake sale grinder and an easy butter maker, which you can infuse up to 2 sticks of butter at a time with.
Does anyone know who Raymore Wolf is?
That's got to be Wolfie, doesn't it?
You think? What?
It's got to be.
Oh, Raymore? Is that a town?
Mm-hmm.
It is?
Yeah.
Outside of Casey?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Wolfie!
I guess. Raymore Wolf, congratulations.
We'll just give it to Chris Wolfenbarger. Even
Yeah, I like Wolfenbarger.
Yeah, I don't know who Raymore Wolf is.
He has no idea that he just won because he's not watching us on Twitch. He's a busy man.
Yeah, he's got stuff to do.
He's doing stuff.
He's got stuff to do.
Things.
He's thinging it.
I don't know that it's Chris. You guys should not congratulate Chris yet. That may be a false alarm. Maybe,
but someone tag him. Tag him.
Somebody tag
him.
Raymore Chris. Can you do that in the Twitch feed?
Yeah, probably. And you can probably just tag him on Facebook. If one person is watching this on Facebook,
Chris.
we actually need you. Or send him a message. Someone send him a message. Tell him to watch it on Twitch. Did you send him a message? We have his number. We could just send him a message.
Right there. I'll send it to him. You can. I mean, it seems like an awful lot of steps for somebody that just said he wasn't going to announce to anybody but on Twitch. Now we're going to fucking text people personally.
Yeah. Yeah, because we know him.
Well, I don't know that we do.
Well, we'll just...
It might be. I got to think that there's a Chris or two in Raymore.
The Wolf, though? That's a dead giveaway.
Maybe it's...
Dead giveaway. That's one of my favorite videos of all time.
The dead giveaway.
That guy is the best.
Oh, I typed in...
What'd you do?
I typed in Raymore Chris in the... What a dipshit.
Raymore Chris.
Who's that? Idiot.
Raymore Wolf. Did you see how long that took?
Is it
Raymore
Raymore Wolf?
Wolf.
Is that what it is? Raymore Wolf?
The music went... It wasn't even long enough to see how long that wheel...
I like it.
But did you like that? It was better than all of our other ones that you were in charge of, don't you think?
I think... Where's this gosh damn...
What? What's got you?
I'm just looking here.
What?
Can't see anything.
Why are you... What's wrong? Why are you
Just
facing?
looking for Raymore Wolf.
Is
Is it Raymore Wolf? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Not Raymore Chris?
No, it's Raymore Wolf.
There we go. Oh, I always forget that I've got a separate account from Hoosier Sophisticate too. All right. On this day in history, I'll give you one. King Tut's tomb was discovered by archaeologist Howard Carter.
King Tut's butt?
Well, his tomb, yeah, that's what I assume they're talking about.
His butt was in there, probably.
Carter and Lord Carnarvon would open the tomb and look inside 3 weeks later. Lord Carnarvon, who financed the excavation, died 5 months later due to an infected mosquito bite, leading many to speculate, including Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, that his death was caused by protections put in place by Tutankhamun's priests to guard the royal tomb.
The smallest dinosaur ever found was a weird primitive bird, researchers say. The fossil skull of the new species, dubbed Oculodentavis, meaning eye-tooth bird, is just over a half-inch long. Like my penis. The smallest dinosaur ever found, a bird-like creature, weighing less than 1/10 of an ounce, has been discovered inside a drop of amber. We've seen this. We've seen this before.
This is literally the fucking plot.
Where it was preserved for 99 million years. The fossil of the skull of the new species is over a half-inch long. Researchers think the animal was smaller than the bee hummingbird, the smallest known bird known to mankind. It's really tiny, says one of the scientists, Jing Mai O'Connor.
You're really shiny.
Jing Mai O'Connor. Not a name. That's cool. Like very...
Jing Mai O'Connor.
Yeah.
A paleontologist.
At the Chinese Academy of Sciences Institute of Vertebrate Paleontology and Paleoanthropology in Beijing. It's just weird on multiple levels. The weirdness of this particular interest to dinosaur experts, particularly because there is still a question about whether the tiny dinosaur is also possibly a primitive bird. Modern birds evolved from flying dinosaurs, but even with just the surviving skull, the researchers say Oculodentavis is very different from modern birds. It's new ecology that we've never, ever seen before, says O'Connor. Hummingbirds feed mostly on nectar. This thing probably ate insects. The skull had large eyes with small pupils, so it probably had good eyesight and hunted during the day. The dino lived at the same time as some of the biggest dinosaurs about 99 million years ago. Miniaturization, called insular or island dwarfism, can be a response to an island's limited food sources. The bee hummingbird, the smallest vertebrate, or the smallest bird, comes from Cuba. The tiniest vertebrate is a little frog from Madagascar. The actual fossil was found in 2016 in Myanmar.
The Oculodentavis fossil?
Mm-hmm. In the dried resin of ancient trees. This is a highly interesting fossil, says paleontologist Gerald Mayer of the Senckenberg Research Institute in Frankfurt, Germany, who was not involved with the new study. If authors are correct that it is a bird skull, it would show that our current understanding of avian evolution is still very, very incomplete, sir. Do you think dinosaurs turned into birds?
Yes.
You do?
I think so.
Okay.
At least some of them. I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of weird to think that, because there was a lot of people that said, like, we speculate that most dinosaurs were covered in feathers, right? Like I was always kind of taught that, like, they were, we were taught
They're
they were
finding
reptiles,
more, yeah,
right? But
all of
then
the
as
stuff
they've
we
learned
learned
more,
from when we were kids, a lot of that's changed.
Well, how do you know that based on bones that
You
this
don't.
thing's got fucking feathers?
How did they bone?
I think about it all the time.
I can't get
How did a stegosaurus get it
How?
on? How did the stegosaurus get it on?
Steggy style?
Steggy style. We talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Steggy style is,
But isn't it interesting that this is literally the plot to Jurassic Park? They're finding a little...
It's literally the plot to Jurassic
Let's go ahead and get some DNA.
Let's get a little DNA.
Let's get a little DNA on that.
I'm on it, bud. I just figure we could just keep... It's a appreciation.
Ground robots are coming. That last article was from NBC News. This one is from World Economic Forum. The COVID-19 pandemic has sparked a steady growth in last-mile deliveries. In fact, the past 12 months, delivery has become such an attractive application of automated driving technologies. Many companies have pivoted from developing solutions for autonomous ride-hailing to delivery vehicles and robots. The quick shift to new technologies reveals a new challenge. Road safety regulations and traffic laws are geared toward vehicles driven by humans. What will we do when it's autonomous vehicles? Who will you blame?
Who will you blame?
This creates a problem as many companies rush to develop automated or remote-operated ground robots with clear classification terms. This article pretty much deals with how they are going to classify where these vehicles can go and who's liable for some sort of injury. But are you okay with these little ground robots? If we have a series of ground robots and drones, we can get a lot of shit done, Papo. We can get a lot of stuff.
What are we gonna get done?
Every delivery ever.
Yeah, I think we're kind of getting there, though, aren't we?
Yeah, and this is the next step. Are you okay with ground robots, with the sidewalks being filled up, or like a trolley rail system where there's just robots? Right now,
I just want, like, bank tubes.
Sure. You want pneumatic tubes?
Just put it up there.
You get in there?
Yeah,
would you get in
like
one?
in Futurama, like that's how you get from point A to point B.
Would you get in one of those? I would never. I think my ears would pop.
They're not gonna make a tube.
They would make a tube. You're not that big.
They're not gonna make a tube that's
not.
gonna listen. A tube that would suck me through would not suck you through. There'd just be too much airflow around you.
Oh no, they'll put you in a little circle,
like a pod,
like a Nerf circle that you wear like a tube.
That's yeah. Maybe just like a little egg that just fits in
Sure.
there. This little car.
Like the arch.
Yeah.
You ever been in one of those?
Yeah.
You ever seen one of those, bud?
I have seen one of those, bud. I'm from St. Louis, bud.
Okay, when's the last time
Steve,
you went in the arch?
Did you know? I'm gonna blow your head on this one, bud. That on this day in history.
Yep.
Brought to you by
What is
London
it?
Property Group.
What is it? What's going on?
Marky Post was born.
Happy birthday to me and you, Craig. Right? Happy birthday to me and you, Papi.
Hola, papi.
You're having a lot of problem with that.
It's not really wanting to cooperate too much.
He's trying to hit the transition button.
It's just not working.
And
all
it's
that well
just.
today.
Let's go to a chat for a minute. Let's see what our
let's do
people
it.
are saying. Let's see what our people are saying.
Make humans even lazier. You too, sweetie. I think we're talking to Jen at this
Oh,
point.
Jen, love you. Oh, I forgot to call my kids at the first break.
Now they're calling the landline, bud.
Now they're calling the landline, bud. Good news is they're at homeschool today, so I can call them in a second break.
There you go. Call them in
Hey,
second
Siri,
break.
set a timer for 9 o'clock to call your children, you worthless
Shit bag of a dad.
Shit bag of a dad, thank you.
Good morning from Aragrona.
Excuse
Good morning
me?
to you,
Excuse
TJ.
me? Charles
J.
Bronson was born today. Wow, wow,
Wow, whoa, wow,
wee.
wow, whoa.
Wow, whoa.
Damn it, why does it do that every
Whoa. Craig?
Yes, sir.
Do you think dogs can sense bad people?
All of them except for the little ones who are not good for anything.
Good point.
Thank you.
Fair point.
Thank you.
I was looking up, I saw something kind of interesting on the Hardy Soul last night. Science says dogs can sniff out untrustworthy people. Do you believe that at home? Go ahead and put your thoughts on the text line or something. That was like a Facebook trick. I don't care if you communicate with us now. Let's hear your thoughts on the text line. No, I actually do like when you guys say things, so go ahead and let's go. Dogs can detect untrustworthy people. According to studies, studies have found that dogs can sense human emotions and differentiate between happy and angry expressions. They use this sense to deem a person trustworthy or not. If the person is determined to be unreliable, the dog will stop following their cues. A study published in the journal Animal Cognition explored this tendency. Akiko Takaoka from Kyoto University in Japan.
There wasn't Akiko O'Shaughnessy?
And, there you go. And her team tested 34 dogs with 3 rounds of pointing. Dogs easily understand the pointing gesture, and if an owner points at a ball or food, the dog will run to that location and find what the owner is pointing at. In the first round, the researchers pointed the dogs toward food hidden in a container. During the next round, they pointed at an empty container, misleading the pups. When the experimenters pointed accurately at a container with food in the third round, the dogs ignored the cue, having deemed them unreliable guides. The second set of 3 rounds began with a new experimenter entering the ring. The dogs followed these people's cues with renewed interest.
Okay.
Takaoka explains that she was surprised that the dogs devalued the reliability of a human so quickly. Dogs have more sophisticated social intelligence than we thought. The social intelligence evolved selectively in their lifelong history with humans. The next step she'll be doing is doing it with wolves. John Bradshaw of the University of Bristol in the UK, not involved in the research, comments on the study saying, highlights that dogs are like things to be predictable. When their lives become irregular, they look for another activity to do. Being constantly in the dark about what's going to occur can make them stressed, aggressive, or scared. This is why Bradshaw explained, dogs whose owners are inconsistent to them often have behavioral disorders. He describes dogs as information junkies, which is why dogs become fascinated with their new experimenter and eager to trust them at once. Dogs are very sensitive to human behavior, but they have fewer preconceptions. They live in the present. They don't reflect back on the past in an abstract way or plan for the future. When dogs enter a situation, they will react to what's there rather than thinking deeply about what it entails. Dogs don't follow mindlessly whatever any random person tells them. The chief scientific officer at Dognition says, Brian Hare.
What the fuck is Dognition?
Brian Hare, which, I mean, his last name is a rabbit. The dogs hate rabbits. He's the chief scientific officer at Dognition.
Probably not the guy I'm putting in charge of dogs.
They evaluate the information we give them based in part of how reliable it is in helping them accomplish their goals, those selfish pricks. Many families, for instance, will ignore your gesture when you point incorrectly and use their memory to find a hidden treat. So, does this mean dogs can sense bad people? Does this mean they can sense out murderers and evil twins? Not necessarily, but how a person treats a dog can say a lot about them. If you meet someone with an inexplicably aggressive dog, or you own a pump that seems stressed around certain individuals, it could be a negative reflection of that person's character or you, bud.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Likewise, if your dog seems to love someone for seemingly no reason, could be a sign of a trustworthy character. More research is needed to explore the extent of the canine's social awareness, but the study is promising. Thoughts, my friend?
Well, I typically like to lean on animals that exist far below me in the food chain with much smaller brains for all of their intricate brain power. That's what I try to think.
Is that sarcasm? Is that sarcasm?
I think that anybody that's played fetch with a dog and then like just kind of done a little body
Pump fake.
hug,
I've met a couple dogs
and
that
those dogs, they'll do it once. And
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
come back and they'll be like, so
good point.
yeah, I don't know that we fucking discovered the Higgs boson here. Like if you've ever played fetch with a dog and try to give him a little deke.
Some dogs you can
Some of
fake
them you
out
can.
30
Most of them are
times.
this big.
Why do you hate small dogs?
They're the
so much?
fucking worst. Although
Some are okay.
Mag 24 says perfect size for a skewer, so little dogs aren't completely worthless.
No.
I don't know.
Did you hear the rumor that
how many small dogs ever really
wild animals died in the tsunami or one of those tsunamis?
Yeah, they like warned each other.
Is that true?
That's impossible.
Is that true?
Million fucking people died, but a bunch of fucking no brain having snakes
Well,
didn't die.
people when the water recedes a mile, you see like 8 people who are like, dude, you can walk all the way out here.
Smells like shit, dude.
Yeah, there's a bunch of decaying stuff. What's going on? Oh yeah. Can you do that? Can you see that? That looks a little tan around there, bud. I don't know if you can show that on the
I
on
can
the
do
stream.
anything I want. Why?
Can
Steve?
I do that?
Tell me. Yeah, of course you can. Tell me what day it is, bud.
It's Marky Post's birthday.
Bang! What's up with you? Woo-wee! That gal is 70 years old today. 70. Let's find a picture of her at 70. I got it, bud. You keep on going. That's what I'm doing today.
Cats rule, dogs drool. We're getting some hot takes on the text line right now.
Yeah,
Perfect size for you
Look,
said
I decided a couple days ago that I'm just going to be a hot take machine.
Oh yeah, you're good at
I
it.
hate small dogs. I think mail-in voting's stupid. There's no fucking change shortage. What was the ones I was bitching about on Monday night? There's a whole bunch. Fucking fractions of a cent on advertised gas prices. Like, what other thing do we do that with?
What?
Nothing. Why are the taxes on gas? Why are they built into the fucking gas prices? Do they do that with anything else? You ever go to the store and be like, $9 for a Butterfinger? Man, this shit's expensive here. I can't figure it out. How come fucking Butterfingers are so expensive here, man?
There's not much chocolate to go around, my friend. You don't have just a limitless supply of chocolate.
I'm just,
How much chocolate do you think is in the world? How much chocolate?
That ain't
in
her
the
in
chocolate?
2020. That ain't her in
That's her in 2020, bud.
That ain't her in 2020, bud.
I think from all my research I did watching Caesar Milan back in the day. After I watched Caesar, you learn that people and their dogs have a very symbiotic relationship. If one is a little cuckoo bird, the other kind of goes cuckoo bird.
Okay.
Dogs can make people a little cuckoo, and people can make dogs a little cuckoo. And I think more often than not, people's, whatever they got going on in their lives, your campaign manager is going, what is, we told him to do the thumbs. What is he doing? He went with this.
Doesn't fucking Trump always do this too? Like,
he does. Yeah, he does. It's a big problem. It's a small problem. It's a big problem. It's a small problem. People like that shit. I'm into it too. I want to trick. Just trick me. But no. I watched Caesar, and you learn that when you heal your dog, you heal yourself.
When you heal your dog, you heal yourself. Man.
And your dog can heal you. Your dog can heal your soul. Your dog.
Maybe your soul. Not you. You're probably not proficient with surgery tools.
No. If you have a wound, you just let your dog lick it and lick it and lick it. You ever have like a scab when you were a kid and your dog came over and just started licking it?
I've never just sat idly by while my dog can. That actually freaks me out when people do that. They let their dog just fucking lick them. Like, just, I get the kisses thing for kind of, that grosses me out a little bit too.
Gross.
But like the people that like their dog will just fucking come there and just fuck on a fucking leg or something. I'm like, how about I fucking hit you with a wrench? Get your tongue off of me. I did not invite this. You little fucking
You of all people doesn't want to be repeated.
We're not talking about people here. It's the one fucking, I mean, I'm not kink shaming, but it's the one thing, don't fuck dogs. You know? Don't engage in freaky tongue play with dogs.
Some people you'll be at their house.
It's creepy.
You'll be at their house. Their dog's going buck wild, whatever.
Sure.
And they'll kind of stick their hand down, and their dog will just go. Just start licking between their fingers and shit.
Sure.
What is that?
What is it?
They just let them do it.
It's the weirdest. I'm just going to say it. I fuck dog people. I like you. I love you. It's fine. Stop fucking letting dogs just lick on you. It's fucking weird. It's weird. And I'm like all about weird, man.
I know. That's why it's funny where your line is.
I'm all about weird, but you gotta
there's
fucking...
all this shit, all this stuff on this side, and then dog licking on this lonely.
It's just strange. Is it? Strange.
I'm not a huge fan. Oh,
it's 2020, baby.
That's her eyes look a little sad in that picture on the right.
Well, it's 2020. She's on the back end of this thing. she's fucking sliding into home, bud.
Well,
like it's listen. You want to see it? It's a smile, right?
Don't transition with move our camera to her chest. Do it over on the other side. Oh, nice.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Lap, lap, lap. Sure, her eyes are a little sad. But her smile isn't sad.
Yes, it is.
No, her smile is one that's like, I'm gonna score this game-winning run, but that also means, why is that still fucking on there? Punch Seth. Punch him.
It's the streaming picks of the week. Why did he do that?
Night Court. That's your streaming pick of the week.
Yeah.
Look.
Good call. Good call, man.
Thanks,
Good save. Good save. You saved the show.
I'm just saying, that's the smile of somebody that's about to win the game by sliding into home, but understands that now the game is over.
If that's the look.
That's the look.
If that's the look.
But the game's over now, and you don't get to play it anymore, and that's kind of sad in and of itself. Hang on. You know, like, you're happy that you won. You're happy that you can score the game-winning run.
If I'm a coach and there's a lot on the line and my player on third base gives me that fucking look, I'm yanking him immediately. I'm having a talk with the manager, and he's going to ask me, why are you pulling this guy off of third base? It's the 9th inning. He's quick. Let him run. This is a good one. We don't need a pinch runner. I go, he just gave me a look that I'll never forget. Why is he smiling at me like that? Dude, the game's on the line. Look a little bit serious here, bud.
I'm not
don't give me a Clifford-like smile. She has no idea what's going on. Someone has fed her enough pills and pushed her out the door and said, hey, put on your little cheetah skin, lady.
Listen,
you're
she's
marking
she's
motherfucking
on
post.
a fucking red carpet for a show called
She's on a
Ghost
Xanax.
Whisperer, okay? On CBS,
oh, maybe she's being haunted.
On CBS,
she's being haunted right
die,
now.
Okay?
Is that what they're calling it?
And that's the deal. But she looks great. She looks great.
She does.
She looks great.
What are they saying on the text line?
It costs lots of money to stay that way. I would contend it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of dietary discipline and exercise discipline, and a good amount of money to feel and look that way at 70.
We should spin the wheel again just to see who the first loser.
Boy, what a dick move! I'm here for it. Hang on a second. Yeah. Pull that up. You go ahead.
Yeah, pull that. Okay, I got a couple more good stories for you here. This maybe I'll save that one.
Look, I should clarify because Tiffany Jones commented here. I don't mind a dog coming up and showing you some love. It's if you're lingering longer than 5 seconds, 6 seconds with the dog's tongue just lapping you up.
That's what I'm saying.
What's the deal with you? Who told you that was okay? Were you raised by people that talk to dogs like babies?
No.
Dogs are dogs, and people are people,
and
we shouldn't lick one another.
No, I don't mind a few licks.
I don't mind a little love lick.
Yeah,
This is how I
they
show
come
love.
up and they lick your ear.
I don't have thumbs. I can't. I don't mind a dog showing you a little love with his mouth. It's his main tool of communication.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, he can't always be giving you a paw.
Can't always be giving you. Come on. What do you want him to do?
Give me paws.
Come on. You want him to jump rope next? Give me a break, pal.
I think that people who baby talk dogs are completely insane and should be locked away on Alcatraz Island. All of them. Okay. Because you can't go, who's the little baby doo-doo? Who's my little monkey?
And it's like a 146-pound mastiff.
Why are you doing it? You got to ask a question to yourself.
Why don't you respect yourself enough?
I'm glad psychedelics are becoming more and more legalized because when these people have a psychedelic
really blow their
experience,
heads open.
yes, they will stop baby talking dogs at that point. It will open them up to the world of possibility where they'll finally stop.
Guys, what we're trying to do is we're trying to make...
Showing love and giving a bath is two different things. That's our next shirt.
Showing love and drawing a bath are two different things. Not really.
Yeah, I know.
Draw a bath for the ones you love.
Like Amelia Bedelia, you actually draw the bath.
Yeah. Or like Mike Tyson, you actually draw a bass.
That's pretty.
You've seen the meme. That ain't my joke.
Yeah, no, I did. I've never really worked it out though. I'd always kind of scrolled by that one.
He's gonna fight Roy Jones Jr. And you want to talk about
maybe the dog
makes,
likes it.
You want to know something that makes me uncomfortable? It's two 50-plus-year-old men with the ability to,
they're gonna knock each other's heads off.
They're going to kill one another. They're going to kill one another.
Here's why most Americans are not able to vote online in 2020 from CNN.
Maybe because we name boats Bodie McBoatface.
With the ongoing coronavirus pandemic and controversies surrounding mail-in ballots, there's been a growing interest in the possibility of voting online. It would theoretically make it simpler for people, said Lawrence Norden, the director of election reform. at the Brennan Center for Justice. They don't want to have to enter a crowded polling place. They may not even want to walk out there to their mailbox, depending on where they live. Along with countries such as Australia, Canada, and France, the United States has previously experimented with some sort of online format. 32 states and the District of Columbia offer some sort of internet voting through fax, email, or some sort of online portal. In many cases, state departments collaborate with private election technology companies to run online elections. However, they are still mostly limited to voters in special circumstances, such as military serving overseas or civilians living abroad. In some cases, voters give up their right to anonymity when casting their ballots online. While the idea of an online election might seem appealing, many experts remain skeptical about its validity and safety. We collectively, the computer security community, have been looking at online voting systems for decades, and it's considered an open problem, says Dan Wallach, a computer science professor at Rice University. Even though there are companies that sell products in this space, absolutely no computer security expert will tell you that they are secure because we simply don't know how to build a secure online voting system yet. Wallach said, cybersecurity remains a major issue. Voting online could mean hackers, including foreign adversaries, such as Russia or China, could interfere or manipulate the U.S. election to their advantage. Could you imagine? Several audits of past online elections in the U.S. have revealed many security vulnerabilities. In February, MIT reported finding severe security flaws in the online election system from Voetez, the company that ran West Virginia's first mobile election, allowing the hackers to alter, stop, or expose a user's vote. Another study from MIT and the University of Michigan also revealed security concerns in OmniBallot, a system used by Delaware for their online voting options. Votes told CNBC that they caught 100% of the attempts to tamper with their elections successfully. The cybersecurity concerns led the Election Assistance Commission, the NIST, and the FBI, and the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency to issue guidance May 2020, warning of serious security risks that could be involved in conducting an election over the internet. Right now, online elections are an academic research project. And you know, maybe in a decade, we'll finally do it. We'll finally know how to do it. So, Craig, why can't we vote online?
How many reasons you want?
Top three.
Okay. In 2007, environmental group Greenpeace solicited name suggestions for one of the endangered humpback whales it tagged. The organization hoped the contest would call attention to the Japanese Fisheries Agency's plan to hunt 50 whales. But to their dismay, Mr. Splashy Pants claimed 78% of the vote, beating out more serious suggestions like Aiko, Aurora, and Shanti. One participant,
Splashy Pants?
Mr. Splashy Pants.
That's good, though.
Not bad.
The people have spoken.
Let's jump to 2015. BC Ferry Services, a transportation company in British Columbia, got a rude awakening when it asked customers to name 3 of its ferries back in 2015. Some commuters who were less than pleased with recent fare increases used the poll to voice their distaste. Among the 7,100 entries were SS Should Have Been a Bridge and Spirit of the Wallet Sucker, Queen of No Other Choice, and the Floating Crapsicle. Fortunately for BC Ferries, the rule stipulated the winner be chosen by the company, not by popular vote, in which they told everybody, "You're all fucking losers. This is our boat." Limp Bizkit frontman Fred Durst has
Never
heard of him. I'm gonna break your fucking face tonight.
Is that a lyric from a song?
Give me something to break.
Yeah. Like I said, my childhood was pretty good.
Limp Bizkit frontman Fred Durst has lent his lyrical talents to timeless new metal hits such as Nookie and Break Stuff, and he nearly lent his name to a solid waste department in Austin, Texas.
What?
In 2011, residents participating in a public naming contest overwhelmingly voted in favor of a suggestion by 24-year-old Kyle Hedges to rename the department the Fred Durst Society of the Humanities and Arts.
This was their sewage plant where poop went to...
Yeah, solid waste department. The Fred Durst Society of the Humanities and Arts. It received 27,000 more votes than the runner-up, the Department of Neat and Clean.
That's not bad either. I like that.
I thought naming the department after Durst would surround the unflattering service with some humor, said Henches. We're picking up garbage, and he's been producing it for 20 years. It made sense. There's no... Okay, let's see here.
You got any more of those? Because those are gold.
Talk show host Stephen Colbert is the master of hijacking online naming contests. In 2009, NASA held a poll to find a name for Node 3, one of the modules of the International Space Station. Colbert was the uncontested winner thanks to the comedian's loyal fan base, but NASA instead opted to name the node Tranquility after the moon's Sea of Tranquility, the landing site of the Apollo 11 mission. However, NASA did name a treadmill in the space station in his honor, dubbing it the Combined Operational Load-Bearing External Resistance Treadmill, the Colbert. Prior to that, Colbert won both a bridge naming contest in Hungary and a mascot naming contest in Michigan. Let's see. In the former instance, Colbert announced he had beaten out Chuck Norris and 17th century Hungarian hero Miklos Zrinyi, but the Hungarian government opted for another name because monuments in Hungary can only be named after dead people.
Okay, here's the deal. I like what you're going, and we're almost at the next break, so I wanted to get this out. The online voting, if we can't figure out online voting, then I guess nothing online is secure, and I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. But are they saying that because voting is not perfect now, obviously? I just can't believe someone can't create a one-time system. And I'm sure if I did some research on blockchain, that blockchain is probably the way to create a system where the machine kind of has arbitrary control over how many people vote, and there won't exactly be a way to hack it. I'm not sure about that. Because we've seen the San Francisco Giants getting all of their players to the All-Star game before because people in Silicon Valley have figured out that if you put something on repeat, you can vote as many times as you want.
Yeah, because the people that own the keys to that whole fucking kingdom that we all think that we have freedom in, we have agency in. I mean, we only have as much as we're allowed. At the end of the day, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you can guarantee fair process with the way that they're proving themselves to act on the bias that they explicitly show with the way content and everything. Like I don't know that anybody will ever trust our the way to do it is how they do it on the blockchain, where like you basically vote with your bits, with your with whatever their currency is, and I mean then everything is accounted for. It's anonymous. It's very easy to
trusted.
You can't be manipulated.
But I guess there's a way to finally figure out how to manipulate it.
Somebody will figure it out.
That's the game. I think on online voting, I would love to do a couple studies that are online voting, real what we're doing now. So there's two things. While we're doing these, let's run them side by side. Let's see if people, and maybe it's something they give you and you scan yourself, so there's a way to track it both ways so that, okay, the online voting was pretty damn similar to exactly what we got for the write-in. And then if you keep doing that for a few cycles, you'll finally figure it out like, oh, okay. And there's always going to be a problem, but I don't know if it creates less voters or more voters now? Because you kind of have to wait until Musk puts a shit ton of Wi-Fi satellites or whatever his plan was to get the internet satellite
make a grid
net. Yeah, that just gives everyone internet everywhere. But I see the problems with it. It is. It's a lot more. I see a lot more challenges, but I also think it's inevitable.
I think one day, I think one day a retinal scan or, I mean, as we become more, tied into the system. But it's also like there is value attached to your voting anonymity, right? Like it's only recently become in vogue to speak openly about how you vote, right? Like it's always been a secret. We were talking about it yesterday a little bit. And there's also a lot of like really kind of bleak dystopian reasons why that's probably a good thing to not have your identity attached to your support or lack of support for what could potentially be a despot or a malevolent administration or anything like that. Like there is some power attached to anonymity too. So if you can figure out,
you're the guy who wears the fucking masks around here, so there's a lot of power to anonymity.
A lot of power to it. I mean, I'm with you. I feel like it's fucking ridiculous that we're not. Everything's going to be in flux for the next 3 days in the country. It looks like Biden's pulling ahead pretty handedly.
Really?
But there is, there's going to be a problem with with almost being with a candidate on election night. With the polls, with people showing up to the polls, with that saying one thing, right? So everybody that shows up to vote yesterday, they vote not overwhelmingly. It was a close race, but they voted in favor of one person. And then all of a sudden, we still got a lot of mail-ins to count. Like there's a lot of states where 98% of the precincts are reporting, and they're not calling it a race. And there's a million votes in between them, and there ain't a million more people in the state.
How do they count them right now?
Well, they have they have
different states have different systems.
Yeah. Every state's in control of its own vote.
Because I remember the hanging Chad was a big deal. Wasn't that like the Florida's deal when the cutout or something didn't go all the way through, and they called them hanging Chads?
Yeah, they threw out a shitload. It's.
This is another argument for online voting. I mean, you could see it as it's happening, and you could kind of, if it gave you updates as everybody was voting, how neat would that be too? So you'd have all of these people who voted that they know who they're going to vote for, and you get to see it tick as it go, a live ticker of votes, right?
Yep.
So if you held off till 7 o'clock your time and still were able to get your vote in, you could kind of have some sort of, those people who waited to the last minute could kind of see where their vote is needed the most.
No doubt.
That'd be a wild ride, dude.
No doubt.
Oh, here's another thing. I just want to get one more election thing out before we go to our second break, where you guys support our sponsors. We do. We love our sponsors. We'll tell you about them. But I looked up a few things last night. How many people watched the Super Bowl last year?
Man, I got to think that the number was not as high as in years past, but
I'm gonna call my kid.
Yeah, it's almost break time.
Okay.
In the world?
No, U.S.
U.S. Okay, I'm gonna say 113 million.
100 million.
Okay.
So, how many people do you think watched the 2016 election night results and returns? And that's from it's the same deal.
2016.
Yes.
In America.
In America. It's the same deal. So they did from 10 a.m.
48 million.
71 million.
Okay. I figured it would be lower.
And then I found an article, and you guys can read this. This one's really long and kind of interesting. It's from the New York Times. Advertisers flock to election night when live TV is finally the main event. So in my warped little mind, if I think of someone who's behind the scenes, this is another opportunity for a cash grab amongst cash grabs, where people are locked into advertising right now.
Without a doubt.
So just to think a little bit about that while you're being berated with these commercials.
They've also found a way to extend election night for 4 days this year. We're on pins and needles, bud.
I saw more of my peers, which I'm sure just happens with the age I'm at. You know, I'm 30, getting ready to be 37. I think a lot of my peers are finally getting more into politics, and you start seeing them talking about, when we were 21, we were like, well, yeah, well, cool.
It starts to affect, because it's not just them, it affects anymore. They've got kids they're trying to raise. Their tax rate absolutely matters to them. Their property taxes matter. The direction of their neighborhood matters. And like,
so I saw updates all night, which I think is really cool. I just wish there was about 2 of these a year, so we could kind of spread stuff out, and there were more issues, more things we could vote on. And I think with the advent of the internet, our politicians should be more locked in than ever on what their people want. You know, because right now we can, you know, if I'm sure some mayors do it where they're like, hey, we're going to have a poll on Twitter real quick.
Sure.
Just to check it out, just an unofficial poll on Twitter to see what you guys think about this idea, what you guys think about this idea. Let's hear it. Let's hear what you guys want. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Let's go. You know, like, give me all your ideas, and I'm going to pick what I think is best for you. You guys can vote on it, but ultimately, you've elected me to do what's best for you. Right? I mean, that's kind of the deal.
Yeah.
Like, didn't that kind of sum it up?
That's 100% the deal.
You know, it's not like, hey, you guys voted, because I was thinking online voting.
How does the world react to that? Like, when you have, honestly, when somebody maybe takes action that could potentially be better for you.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
But doesn't necessarily
Doesn't
line
seem good.
up, or it's coming
That's
out
where
of the face of
charisma
an
and shit
asshole.
comes, man.
Like, straight up. The things that I can draw from this election are, first off, the polling is so bad. They miss so fucking bad.
Oh, what is the polling?
Since 2016.
What is it?
They should just all be fired. They should all be fired.
Is it still calling people?
No, that's right. Well, here's the thing. Here's what I think it is. I think that they're contending with the internet. And anonymity of the internet, and people influencing polls, and people voting one way to. I throw interference all the time in polls, because fuck you.
Is it
because I think polls are a way to keep people at home. Because I do. I think polls are a way to keep people at home. If you throw a poll up there that says Joe Biden or Donald Trump, and you don't put my candidate on there, guess what, Jack? I'm gonna whatever the organization is, I'm voting the other way. If it's a red organization, I'm voting fucking Biden. If it's a blue organization, I'm voting fucking Trump. Fuck you. Because you're gonna keep people at home because they don't have a chance to win. I don't know, man. So the pollsters. This is like just a couple of things. The pollsters are fucking so bad. They're so bad. They don't know how to be accurate in this world. They were off again by so much. They had Trump down 8-9 points. Why are we talking about not getting results until Friday if you're talking about him having Biden having a 9-point lead? If Biden has a 9-point lead, it's a goddamn massacre on election night. We've got 4 states that haven't been called yet. Like you're so wrong. It's just they were so wrong in 2016.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. That was the first time I saw that.
They all met, and they were like, "Whoa, fuck! How did we get it so wrong? What are we gonna do this time?" They still don't fucking know what they're doing.
No.
They're fucking lost. They're lost.
I don't know what the technology is.
I don't give a fuck about polls. I just every time they bring them up, I think they're very easy to just cast aside. Polls are awful.
How much do polls have an inherent effect on the outcome?
A bunch.
So they themselves. Make themselves false by coming out sometimes. I think if you say, well, Bernie's not going to do real well, then all the grassroots Bernie people are like, we got to show up.
They swell.
We got to do it. So then that poll is obsolete immediately because it kind of caused a change.
Yeah.
And if you're a person who's trying to manipulate people to get your way, which is ultimately what a politician is doing during election season. He doesn't have time to really, he or she doesn't have time to really break everything down in nuances. She has to figure out a way to manipulate you to get you to vote for them. That's the whole deal.
Right.
And then the rest of the time is like, well, I got to do some of this shit for this guy. I got to do some of this shit. I got to. All right. You remember all that stuff I said? It's a whole different world going on here. And we've come to say that's just how it is. And I hope something changes. And I don't think it'll change for another about 20 years to where our kids grow up and go, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Well, the technology is going to improve.
And I think that happens with online voting too. I think our Oliver and Trevor and Ivan, maybe not so much Landon. He might be the first generation, maybe the first generation to lead those kids into it, actually.
Yeah, they'll be pretty close.
Which they're like, why wouldn't you have online voting? We've all kind of come to an agreement to not fuck with this. Because really, ultimately, that's what it comes down to.
Right.
We can't always be stopping people from doing bad things. And, well, the hackers get better technology. Well, the defense companies get better technology. Well, we get better weapons. Well, they get better weapons. Until we come to a point where we all say, yeah, no one's going to fuck with the election.
Yeah.
It's like, well, at our parties, we know no one's going to fight here.
Right.
Like,
right.
It's just not what we really do here. It's a sense of unity amongst all of us that say, yeah, no, that's not the drama we have here. That's not what we do. Even though we like to wrestle. A good wrestling match isn't bad.
I love wrestling.
A good wrestling match isn't bad. Wrestle with your friends every once in a while, not bad. Hey, what is today, man? Are you, what's today, man?
Well, I was kind of hoping I could
make it bigger, but you can't. You got me? All right, guys. Follow our sponsors, Native Hemp. I love this stuff. It makes me feel better.
Makes me feel better.
Look at that stuff.
On this day in history, Steve.
What? Hey, no. You know what today is? James Carlton Day, too. And if you go call James Carlton right now, he'll give you a quote on your insurance on James Carlton.
Probably save you money. Probably give you better coverage. 314-961-4800.
Just call him.
Call him right now.
Just call him.
If everybody called at the same time, their phone calls would still be answered. That's how good they are.
You think?
I know.
Okay, that's a challenge for you.
You will not get a voicemail at James Carlton State Farm. 314-961-4800.
Then we got Spanish Society Outreach. We're going to do big things with old Brian Kessler.
We got stuff we're doing.
We're going to have Friendsgiving there on the 21st. Please. I hate Thanksgiving. Friendsgiving? I could maybe like it.
Friendsgiving's a different deal.
I just want to dance, man.
Yeah, I want to dance.
I just want to dance. I just want to dance. Let them down with you.
Oh, what a feeling.
I'm going to dance with you.
Dancing on the ceiling. I do too.
And I also like the fact that Sweetleaf lets us do what we do out of their studios.
I like the fact that Jason doesn't care that we're standing here with our cocks out.
He encourages it.
Yes.
Okay, guys at home, he encourages you to be a better person. He is a good dude at his heart. And it always sounds like he's a serial killer, that we're always like, we're friends of Jeffrey Dahmer. And we're like, he's really nice. He is. Listen, I've hung around the guy enough to fucking know that his heart it's huge. We want to get weird here in Festus. He's helping us do that, and hopefully we can help him build a little part of what he's got going in Farmington here in Festus.
Yeah.
And even expand
I think we can put a
upon
team
it.
together and make it happen.
We can put a nice little team together. We were talking about that the other day, of really involving the Hoosiers and helping him.
We're going to figure this out. It's going to be great.
Ms. Marketing. Do you want to learn how to fight good? And
you want a guy to put on rubber
leads?
gloves and be inside of you?
If you need more leads to your business, seriously, it's as simple. I used to run SEO slightly.
Yeah.
And seeing what good SEO people can do for small to medium-sized businesses is unbelievable. When you're relying on 2 to 10 jobs a month and you can get up to 30, it's like, what? That just from a Facebook ad that puts you in front of the right people? Because it's tough. It's tough. It was soul sucking. He loves it. It sucked the soul out of me. It sucked it.
I get it.
Sucked my soul right out the tip of me.
Okay.
And so, but he loves it. God bless us. God bless his heart, man. So Ms. Marketing will help you create business, and they're going to help us make numbers for you, our sponsors.
Yeah,
now
we're gonna get
I'm
you
not talking to the people. I'm talking to new potential sponsors. We can help you with a phone number and then with a whole system.
We're going to
call
funnel
that
leads
number.
to you, and you're going to be able to track them back to doing
Track
business with
them.
us.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Tracking system.
Tracking system.
That's what we can do with Ms. Marketing. Tracking system.
Steve, look! Oh, hang on. Come back.
Oh, dang.
On this day in history, Marky Post was born. 1950, bud. She's 70.
Hey, move me over about a quarter inch.
This is a challenge here.
In real life. Move me over. Oh, no. But right there. All right, ready? Do it. See you later. I'm going in, bro.
Oh! Guys, after the break, we're going to talk a little sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Oh, cool. Cool, I love it when it...
James Carlton Insurance 314-961-4800.
Handsome,
Amazing,
astonishing,
astounding,
fabulous,
incredible,
fantastical,
phenomenal,
prodigious,
stupendous,
unbelievable,
wondrous,
divine.
fantastical.
No, seriously, he's fantastical.
You got a house,
Go on and get it insured.
you got a car,
You gotta get it insured.
you got a life.
Go on and get it insured. CarltonInsurance.net.
Fantastical, stupendous, fantastic.
Hey, boys and girls, I'm talking about native hemp extract. That CBD.
That CBD.
Get inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Sweet delicious CBD. That CBD.
That CBD.
Got the CBD. CBD native hemp. That CBD.
That CBD.
You can get it from me.
I can.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
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 No. Inside of me.
Inside of me.
Inside of me. Native hemp extract. 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness from Pike County, Illinois. Get yours at HoosierSophisticate.com.
I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world. Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, serving that swamp. Catching crow that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp. It's a stomp. It's a wiggle, turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, move your feet, head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to
to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
James Carlton. James Carlton. James Carlton. You gotta get your insurance. Gotta get that State Farm insurance.
You think you found the best insurance agent in the game? Well, I got news for you. I did, and it's James Carlton. State Farm. CarltonInsurance.net.
961-4800. Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Adam Bundren. I forgot to mention Adam Bundren. Bundren Property Group.
We mentioned him because he gave
I
us
know.
Marky Post's birthday. He sponsored Marky Post's birthday.
Oh, good for him, because you made a dynamite little commercial. I love the app with the mouth moving thing. One of the gems you found, bud. Like that's where
did
we're
that
living.
thing come from?
We're living in that world where if we can find a little
and I
gem
made
like
that one quick as a placeholder. I just wanted to get him on the Monday night show.
This is what's happening though. You're evolving, and that your placeholders are pretty damn good, bud.
You want to show it to him?
Well, I just called him. I just got off the phone with Mr. Bundren himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Okay, got off the phone with him.
Right.
And I said, "Hey, Papo."
What do you think about that?
I said, "You want to see this?" No, I'm gonna stay over here this time. That hurt my knees. That hurt my knees. This floor's hard. I didn't put any padding underneath this. I slapped it down. I don't know what I'm doing. But he's gonna help you find your dream home, and you made a nice little piece of art for him, and I'm proud of you. And I think the jam is something that dreams are made of.
I might have wasted on it. It's definitely something.
Oh, you totally wasted that jam on him. That belongs on a top 20 album. The Hoosier Sophisticate album that belonged on. So we got a funky little jam. I hope Adam Bundren made it to the feed. I sent him the feed. He's probably on Facebook because God bless his little heart. So do you want to hit him with the first? We're gonna have the Ms. Marketing.
Yeah.
Our guy Adam.
Absolutely.
Chesney.
Yep.
And then our guy Adam.
We call it the Adam commercial break.
The Adam commercial break, where two Adams don't make
The
a
Adams commercial
break. Here we go.
That shit can just stop right now.
Oh, hey. It's Adam McChesney with Ms. Marketing. We specialize in lead generation, filling your pipeline, and taking care of your payments. Give us a call today.
Adam from Ms. Marketing took me from 10 leads to 300 leads in a month, and I became the strongest boy in the schoolyard.
He increased the revenue for my charter fishing business by 30% in 1 month. Ms. Marketing.
What was that Facebook algorithm? What was that Instagram? Ms. Marketing.
I know it's late, baby, but you got me thinking about my dream home.
Yeah, girl. You know, Bungeon Property Group doesn't just sell houses, they sell dreams. You know when the best time to talk about dreams is? In the middle of the night. That's why Bungeon Property Group is famously open 24 hours a day, so you can whisper sweet nothings in the middle of the night. Oh yeah. Tell me all your dreams of white picket fences, in-ground pools, and I'll find them for you. In an area with a low crime rate, gentle Walking distance to the grocery store, easy access to the highways. A place where you can offer a quality education to your children, all while feeling safe in your front yard while they play. Let me talk that dream house talk to you. Let me be your dream realtor. Adam Andre.
The Adam commercial break. Hey, what do you know? You know what this hour is, you dirty little filthy boy.
Oh, go ahead, throw it up there.
You know what it is, you filthy boy?
What is it?
Oh, wee whoa, wee wow. You guys like that? It's supposed to be like kind of like Jackie's painting.
Yeah, I got it. Drug, sex, rock and roll. The Church of Drug, Sex, and Rock and Roll. Join the Discord server.
That's what it says. Trends, trendings.net. Men are dipping their balls into soy sauce after learning testicles have taste receptacles. Taste receptacles?
Time out real quick. Has Adam Bunger not seen that commercial yet?
No, I don't think so. You didn't send it to him.
Huh. No, I'm not going to send it to him. Watch our fucking show, you slug.
He's busy.
It's been on a couple of different shows, man.
He's busy.
Come on. He's got that kind of time.
A bizarre TikTok trend has guys dipping their balls in soy sauce to see if they can taste it. The bizarre trend is based on a misinterpretation of a 2013 study in a scientific journal, PNAS. No, that's not the name of the fucking science.
Stop, hang on a minute.
PNAS.
PNAS? The study about your balls tasting medicine, or tasting soy sauce, came from PNAS?
Yeah, it did. According to the study, male testicles have taste receptacles. So when a woman named Reagan came across an article in her study, she challenged social media users to test its theory. She said, "Did y'all know that if a dude puts his balls in something, he can taste it? He can taste it!" With exclamation points. I wish I was kidding. I wish I was. I'm not. If you have testicles, please dip your balls in something. It's for science, and I must know. And
that's the person that said that that's the fact.
Yep. That's
Jesus,
the one.
This is why we can't vote online.
And TikTokers were eager to lend their balls to science. One netizen,
bunch of fucking liars.
Alex James, he shared a video. In his video, he explains he was inspired by a study that claims balls and anus can detect amino acids in soy sauce. He said, "But I'm not going to put it on my anus. I'm going to let my little boys just try it out. I'm literally just feeding my little twins, baby." While sitting in his car with takeout grub, he applies some soy sauce on his testicles before laughing hysterically. Then he exclaims, "Oh my God, I can taste that salt. That is ridiculous." There's his face.
I think I've seen this video, maybe.
Needless to say, the James video racked up more than 1 million likes and over 10,000 comments.
Is it because he's a fucking liar?
When I was younger, I thought in 2020 we'd have flying cars, but no, it's just guys dipping their balls in soy sauce. Craig, do you have any soy sauce? And are you willing to maybe put your
I'll drop my bag in some soy sauce.
Will you drop your nuts in that? All we have is that buffalo
that hot buffalo sauce?
Will you do it?
I mean, that's the idea, right? Like, I mean, the idea is here.
I'll put my nuts in it.
I'll put my nuts in hot buffalo sauce. I ain't fucking afraid.
Let's do it. Let's do this.
Are you being serious? Yeah, you don't have to pay. Well, listen. So here's the thing. There is...
This is Domino's hot buffalo.
If the idea is... I'm going to 100% do this.
I know. We're going to get... Guys, tell your friends. Craig's about to dip his nutsack in hot buffalo sauce. We got hot buffalo sauce. Craig's going to dip his nutsack in a dipping sauce cup.
Hang on. While we get ready, should we give him... I got an idea here.
Yeah.
While we get ready, guys, here's a little treat from when we were on the old days when we were on AM radio.
Oh, nutsack. I kind of feel bad.
Okay, I won't do it.
It's about my dad's nutsack, and if he's watching, he's gonna be like, "God, you guys really."
Georgie, send me a this day in history, pal.
You guys really, really went hard with that. You clipped off the nutsack story out of all the things you guys have ever done.
Make sure all of your abrasions on your sack have cleared up first.
Guys, share the feed. There's a guy who's getting ready to put his nutsack in.
Let's use some scientific terms.
Buffalo sauce.
I've got a scrotum. Apparently, my scrotum can taste.
Hot buffalo.
What? This is nonsense. Now that I'm thinking about it, like this would not be the first time that my this would not be the first time that my scrot would be like near some kind of food.
Okay.
Like I'm fairly certain my balls have been on a pastrami sandwich at one point or another.
Let's get a whiff of this stuff. Oh, that's red.
That's pretty liquidy.
That's red. Yeah, it's better. I got a paintbrush. If you want
to paint it on my...
I'll paint it on there for you.
Listen.
I have a paintbrush. I'll paint your nutsack.
Here's the... I'm good.
Okay. Just trying to be a good friend.
No, I mean, I think I can probably just drop a ball in there, right? Like, that's the idea.
Isn't it going to overflow?
Maybe if I push it down with force. How much you got to get in here?
Your whole nuts.
Your whole. Where are the receptors on the bag is what I'm asking.
I'd say closest to the anus. Those are the ones. Take a look, everybody. Can they see that?
Yeah, you want me to, I'll take it up to them.
Here, you can close it up right here. Okay, or you can do that. Oh, wow. Wow.
I mean, why soy sauce?
That's hilarious. It's so red. Why soy sauce?
This is what I've been waiting for.
Woo! Greg's about to dip his nutsack in hot sauce.
I'll do anything to prove something wrong. This is stupid.
I feel like, are you a man of your word, or do I need to watch you do this?
No, you can step over there or whatever.
Well, I mean, I'm going to stay right here, but you can turn to the side. But I mean, I don't need to see everything, but you can just kind of hold the part that you dipped in there. Get a tuck on this, and then grab the rest with your left hand. I'll hold the cup. All right, let's do this thing.
I can probably drop in on that.
Yeah. All right, let's see it. Do you need some paper towels there?
I got them right here. Here, matter of fact, let's go ahead and get one. Listen,
then after that, I'll stick my nuts in this.
Oh, yes. Wait a minute. You lucky? That's my game. Busting's my game, bud.
Put that thing on like a Kotex.
You have to have a taster. You need to watch.
Who is
We
that?
the people need to watch. Settle down,
Rag 24. Come on, guy.
Okay, so
You're better
the
than that.
idea here is I'm just going to...
Basting your nuts. You're basting your nuts.
I don't think it'll hurt, by the way. I never understand people like, oh, it's fucking buffalo sauce. Come on.
It's not habanero peppers.
It's not habanero peppers, pal. Maybe it has
scorpion.
a little bit of habanero pepper.
Probably. All right, don't spill the sauce. Let's go. You're delaying. You're procrastinating. I want to see you dip your nuts in this.
Hang on. This is strange. This is like my nuts have been out around you too much here lately. So let's just say that.
Yeah, I agree.
Here we go.
I agree.
Oh, dude.
Here we go. He's got his nuts out. And are you dipping? What's going?
I'm dipped.
I'm
much? Half submerged.
How much you got in there?
Oh, dude, I mean, my whole bag.
Your whole bag.
The right side of my bag.
Okay. Oh, dude, he put the cup back up. All right. Well, let's sit for a minute.
I am. I just want to make sure I'm not dripping buffalo on my jeans.
Let it sit for a minute. Talk us through it. How's it going? What did that feel like? Are you getting any taste? What's anything in your mouth?
No, like this is what you do to people to make them act like assholes on the internet.
Nothing in the back of your taste buds.
Take this away from me because I'm wondering if my smell is throwing me off here.
Okay, I guess I'll take this cup. of ball sauce.
Thanks, bud.
Out of here.
I mean, you're good to touch it, pal.
I'm erring on the side of caution.
Cleanest part of my body.
I'm erring on the side of caution.
Most thoroughly clean part of my body.
Okay, I'm gonna put this over here.
Yeah, this is nonsense. I mean, we can do a whole series of me dipping a bunch of stuff.
Okay, just let it sit there and think about it for a minute. Take a few deep breaths. Give me 2 deep breaths. Let your whole blood flow come through. It takes a minute. It's not going to be immediate.
I'll hold it here for the rest of the show. What else you got?
It's not going to be.
I'll let you know when. Then we got any blue cheese? hoping to get old Lefty and some blue cheese if I can.
Hold on, I do have a King's Hawaiian roll.
It's blue cheese to go fuck your mother.
All right. Next story we have here is the story and the history of out-of-body experiences. Craig, you know a little something about these.
About OBEs?
Yeah, that's what they're calling them in this. How'd you know that? Hold on, I'm getting a lot of texts right now from our fans. Oh, they're not texting me about the show, though, so that's a little upset. There's a community on Reddit that appears to believe people can astrally project themselves into top-secret locations to have a bit of a snoop around. The group Astral Army exists to talk about methods of achieving out-of-body experiences. To discuss what happens afterwards, among the more outlandish posts made in the group are people who claim... Oh, I'm getting a plaque psoriasis treatment thing now. People who claim they have visited the Pentagon.
Allergic to buffalo sauce.
Astrally projecting. Only to be met by some sort of psychic defenses. And the people who think they've gone inside the Sphinx and met Babylonian god Marduk. Do you know anything about the Babylonian god Marduk?
Yeah, real cunt.
No, do you sometimes know about that stuff?
No, I actually don't.
There are even...
What was his name?
Marduk.
Marduk?
God, I am just salivating. There are even requests...
Is it the taste of my nuts in your mouth? Is that the deal?
It's weird. I taste
Yeah,
it.
you taste my nuts right now?
There are even requests for somebody with experience and knowledge of protection. Please go to Wuhan and get the real scoop. I don't know what that means.
You know, you didn't finish. Did you finish that article about the soy sauce? Did they say that it was all nonsense at the end?
No, some people said yes, some people said no.
Oh.
What you're thinking sounds legit, but let's explore the nonsense claims anyway. Remember Project Stargate?
Yeah.
1978, the CIA set up what would be known as Project Stargate, an investigation to develop...
Can I ditch on this experiment here?
And develop psychic abilities in soldiers, as well as exploring telekinesis and trying to kill a goat by staring at it. Where are you going? I'm going to piss in my pants. I locked the door.
Hello?
Go see if the door's locked. Why don't you go wash your nutsack off, too, like in the bathroom? He's over.
Just so you know.
I don't want.
So you know,
Why? Are you,
hang on.
Oh, you're gonna show the fan? Holy shit!
Can you verify?
There's a lot of hot sauce on that paper towel. Is your nutsack a sponge? Jesus Christ! Oh my God in heaven! Somebody says on the text line, Missy, tonight, Craig, have you been eating a lot of...
She's going to be so upset with me.
Eating a lot of hot wings? He's done holding it. Oh, best segment in our show ever. Miss Z, one study that got paranormal enthusiasts to particularly excited in the late 60s on what Miss Z was a psychologist and parapsychologist, a gigantic red flag. Charles Tart conducted an OBE study, a woman claiming to be able to have OBE without hassle of nearly dying to induce it. The interesting thing here, how'd that go?
Well, it appears that once I've taken the sauce off, now air is starting to hit, and so the heat is setting in. There's a fair amount of heat
to the bag
setting in right now.
On the bag?
On the bag.
Oh, no.
Pretty hot. Pretty fucking hot. No flavor. Pretty fucking hot.
What about milk?
You have any milk I can dunk them in?
Yeah, I do have cream.
You do?
You want cream?
You want cream?
No, I don't have any milk. Okay, so 3 nights. She can't do it, right? She's trying to see a randomly generated number that was written and placed on a shelf above her bed. On the 4th night, though, 5:57 a.m., there was a 7-minute period of somewhat ambiguous EEG activity, Tart wrote in his study. Miss Z reportedly called out the correct number, and thus the existence of the soul was proved. Ha ha, JK. Though the number she guessed was correct, there were numerous opportunities for her to read the number, so it may have been debunked. What do you think about out-of-body experiences there, Paolo? Mr. Buffalo Sack?
I think they're real. I think...
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I'll call you Jerry Lewis from now on.
You know...
Jerry Lee Lewis.
I've got friends and people that have explained...
You have friends?
Not many.
And people?
Who have explained in great detail, like, their astral projection experiences. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis?
No.
No.
I should have taken this, and then when we went off camera, I could have wiped it.
Oh, that would have been a good play. I'm fairly certain there's still a good amount down there.
Well, I don't have to actually. I was going to fake.
No. If you want to get some, bud. Pretty warm. I've been in the lucid dream space. I try to astral project. Like, they have all kinds of techniques you can try to get through there. I think some people have the ability to pierce that veil a little bit more easily than others.
Here's
in the holographic universe, they cover remote viewers and astral projectors quite a bit, and yeah, I got
a book you read.
I got
Here's the
I got
deal.
belief, and I got enough room in my ethos for it.
3 years from now, we're at another symposium conference, and you're talking to, maybe Rick Dobbs up there with a couple other scientists that we know. They're big names in the deal now. You stand up. At the last conference, you stood up. You asked a question. Literally, at your question, people stood up and applauded you for a question. The lady who was up there from Switzerland, I believe, or Sweden, she says, what an amazing question. You go in, it was awesome. Her reaction was great. She knew what you were talking about. All the people who knew kind of what was going on was like, that was a great question. Let's fast forward 3 years down the road. Craig's at the symposium, stands up, proud, raises his hand. I have a question. They see him. Doblin's, I know this guy from somewhere. He's sharp. I remember him. So they're up on stage, and he asked something about the inhibitors and oxy.
And then someone yells from the back of the auditorium.
One of the people on the stage, one of the people Craig looks up to. When Craig gets to the amino acid part, he goes, "Hey,
you dude dipped his balls in buffalo sauce?
Is that you? The amino acids in the ball. How about ask your ball sack?"
That's neither here nor there, pal.
So you pulled on your pants.
Yes.
You take your shaft and you lift it up. In your right hand, a gerbil type bottle, squirt bottle of liquid acid. Okay. So you take this squirt bottle of liquid acid. This is like a nose clean thing.
Hang on, I got to wait for 1 second. Hold on a nose clean thing. Taste buds are in our mouths and upper esophagus only, and are a group of taste receptor cells. The signals from the taste buds are sent from the mouth to the brain so that we can consciously perceive taste. Emma Beckett, a food and nutrition scientist from the University of Newcastle in Australia, and on Science Alert. Now, this is my favorite part of it. This does not mean you can taste things with your genitals, people. We didn't think we'd ever be spelling that out. But here goes.
What's the Scoville unit on your sack?
All right, so back to the nose.
So what you do after they shame you with going, aren't you the buff? I'm
also the guy that asked about Catancerin, pulling people out of an LSD trip.
And then so you pull down your pants, right? So now you're butt naked from the waist down, and you have some sort of patched, like, whatever jacket you have on, patches. Yeah. And so your pants are down, and they're like, Jesus Christ, and you're like, oh, you like that? And you pull out like a squirt bottle, and it's filled with liquid acid. And you lift up your balls, and you go, I'm also the guy who did this. And you squirt it. And you squirt it all over your ball bag.
It shouldn't work unless I had an open wound. I wouldn't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Based on the burn here,
I don't think so either.
Based on the burn and the lack of flavor here,
no, it's not.
I'm going to say that probably won't work.
Well, then you fall down. So this is all just for show. You're just like, I'm a researcher too.
Anybody here willing to do the hard work?
Then you fall. You fall backwards, and the squirt bottle compresses into your anus. So this huge squirt bottle of liquid acid goes like just the spout goes in your anus, so that it all goes into your butt like a giant douche.
You guys would have to commit me. You would. You'd have to commit me.
Yeah, I think after the whole thing you just did.
Pretty much. Yeah, whatever. Look, I'm willing to prove people wrong. I'm willing to do the work. It's hard-hitting journalism. Like the best way to know is to do. The best way to know is to do. I'm on the record saying this is dumb. Listening to that gal online is that nobody that looks like that is ever giving good advice on the internet. I said it. I'm judging a book by its cover.
Oh,
I'm judging. What does that gal know about tasting soy sauce with her nuts? Huh? Nothing. She knows nothing about it. All right. I got a pretty intimate relationship with this fucking bag. I got a pretty good idea of its abilities. Okay. I got a.
You know your sack better than anyone.
I got a pretty good understanding of its sensibilities and its talents and where it falls short a little bit. And where one of the columns where it falls short is tasting things. It's just not its function. That's not what it does. It's there to exist solely to keep things a little bit cooler than our internal body temperature so that we may procreate going forward. That's its function. Not to taste buffalo sauce. But you want me to prove you wrong on international radio? Fine, I'll prove you wrong. That guy is an attention whore on TikTok. I called it. Listen, you put a video on TikTok and you just tell people, I can taste this with my nose.
Look at it.
Just look at it.
New research claims that consciousness itself is an energy field. An unusual new idea in neuroscience suggests that our consciousness is derived from a field of electromagnetic waves given off by neurons as they fire. The idea is that these waves of electrical activity get sent out by neurons, and as they propagate across swaths of the brain, orchestrate our entire conscious experience.
Okay.
The research published last month in the Journal of Neuroscience of Consciousness offers more theory than tangible evidence, but the author says it could pave the way for robots to genuinely think and feel. The author is John Joe McFadden, a molecular geneticist.
His name is straight up John Joe. John Joe.
This is some dude trying to steal acid from this lab. And they're like, what's your name? John Joe.
Dr. John Joe McFadden.
Okay, can we get a few thoughts on this article? Yeah, sure.
John Joe?
Joe John? John Joe. John, no, not Joe John Joe. John Joe. John Joe. Please do. The author is John Joe McFadden, a molecular geneticist and director of quantum biology at the University of Surrey, who points
The University of Surrey.
who points to flaws in other models of consciousness as the reason we don't have sentient artificial intelligence or robots capable of achieving consciousness.
Let's see. Devin LaValle 69. My 3 favorite things: rocking out, crushing pussy, and doing drugs.
Right on, man. Right on. Could you get this? This is not
I'm
the
sorry.
time
I'm
for
sorry,
this.
pal.
This is
I'm
not the
sorry.
time for this.
Sorry.
By recreating these electrical waves in machinery, they're talking about getting a consciousness field coming from machinery.
I'm following.
McFadden's hypothesis veers away from most neuroscientists, who generally see consciousness as a narrative that our brain constructs out of senses, perceptions, and actions.
There's no proof of that.
Instead, McFadden returns to a more empirical version of dualism, the idea that consciousness stems from something other than our brain matter. In this case, the consciousness field, this energy field. How brain matter becomes aware and manages to think is a mystery that has been pondered by philosophers, theologians, mystics, and podcast hosts, and ordinary people for millennia. McFadden said in a press release, "I believe this mystery has now been solved, and that consciousness is the experience of nerves plugging into the brain's self-generated electromagnetic field to drive what we call free will and voluntary actions." And that is on futurism.com.
Well, do you think if the robots are taking over,
they're just doing their best job to mimic what we do?
if they're doing that, do you think it's a good idea that they can think on their own? Do you have to maintain some kind of control? Is there a point in the future?
Just let them.
Is there a point in the future where AI has become so
it's better than us
intelligent that it has rights? People are already hashing out, AI rights, right? Like ethical use of AI. So at some point you acknowledge that. I mean, and that's the idea of what was the movie with Kevin Spacey where he was a robot, Millennium Man or something like that?
Fish Called Wanda. Kevin Kline.
Anyway,
you talking about Robin Williams when he was a robot?
Was it Robin Williams?
Robin Williams is a robot.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, Robin Williams is a robot. That was called.
Yeah. Bicentennial Man.
Bicentennial Man.
Okay, so the idea behind that is, we evolved to a point where these things learn how to think and feel for themselves. Well, then their consciousness, and this is something that really brings up a lot of interesting debate. Like, if something is capable of thinking and feeling for itself, and we can, the only way that we validate that with rights or ethical rights is if they're able to communicate it to us, right? Like, we don't. If anybody's worked with plant or fungal medicine, it's got some info. It's got some sentience. The plants are probably...
Yeah. I think it's debatable, though, that you could say that's just inside of you.
Well, and it's debatable that the thoughts and beliefs and feelings of a machine...
just inside of them.
we're just inside of them, a part of a program.
And we're figuring out we're more like a program every day, too.
Right. So, and maybe that's also a reason why we can make this, but isn't that kind of the qualifier? Is whatever that thing's ability is to communicate its consciousness? Because animals have feelings. We know animals have feelings.
Oh, yeah.
Dogs aren't going to get fucking tricked too many times. Buster, throw the fucking ball. We just talked about
What did you just call me?
Buster?
Oh. Don't mince words.
Okay. I won't mince words. But the point is there's animal and we talk about dolphins, the work that John C. Lilly did with dolphins, apes, elephants. There are so many different ways that different animals communicate with us and communicate that they're at least operating on a level where they're communicating.
Coco knew sign language.
I know. You read it? Did you read it?
No, because you just made that up.
How do you?
Are
you a sign
that
language
was
expert?
Insensitive.
That wasn't sensitive at all. You remember the guy that was that got this close to Barack Obama doing sign language?
Yeah, and it was all fake.
It was all fake. Like he was doing like steel signals and shit.
I know.
He was sending them to third.
Yeah.
Bring him around.
And it's giving Marky Post's face as she's rounding third. That guy is getting sent immediately to the farm system.
That's not bad.
If he gives me that face.
Not bad, bud.
Any other face, dude. I don't know what they did to her.
What about that one? Oh, what about that Marky Post face, pal?
Yeah, it's pretty. She's beautiful.
She is beautiful. I love Marky Post.
Buddy, this one's going to blow your mind. I saved the best for last as we get ready to wrap up here at the Sweet Leaf Studios. Get some native hemp. Get on our website. Get some native hemp. Go see Adam Bundren. Call Adam Bundren. Call James Carlton. Adam Bundren will sell you a house, and James Carlton will insure your life. What else do you need?
Yeah.
Papa.
James Carlton will insure a house that Adam Bundren sells you.
Yeah, Papa. Puppy. Oh.
Fucking button.
The button's it's killing you today. Go Ms. Marketing if you want to increase leads to your business. Check out Mio Handyman Service, Mike Ote.
You ought to. You ought to
And
call up
Spanish Society.
Outreach. Yeah.
Sure.
Sweet Leaf Emporium.
I did. I said that already.
Native hemp.
Yep. No, did I? No, native hemp.
Native hemp extract. Enter code HOSO. You're going to get an unbelievable deal on.
Are you?
On the mother flipping.
All right, let's wrap this baby up here.
Is it time?
Bud.
Almost.
With a single bead of plastic, scientists tease interactive 3D, and you're going to have to get on our Discord server where I upload all of the articles I go through.
That way we can have a little combo.
Yeah, okay, that's what I do. It's a show discussion tab. They'll be in the show discussion tab. This is from NBC News. British scientists have developed moving three-dimensional images with sound and touch sensations based on a tiny plastic bead moved at high speeds. Look at this. You can see this video. So it's just a bead being moved around very quickly with lights shining on it, right?
What's moving it? They just have it on like a...
I'll tell you. British scientists have developed a three-dimensional display that moves and can recreate sounds and even sense the touch of the object so you can actually manipulate it.
Okay.
While still in its infancy, emerging technology has been able to produce small recreations of objects that people can interact with. The idea is based on a tiny bead of plastic that is suspended and moved at high speeds by high-frequency sound waves created by an array of miniature speakers. The bead is then illuminated by computer-controlled lights, like Lightform and stuff, to create a colored, moving 3D image that can be viewed from almost any angle. You get audio, visual, and tactile feedback on the same operating principle. Sriram Subramanian, head of Interactive Labs at University of Sussex in Brighton, England. He says some 3D displays require a projection screen or special viewing equipment, he said, but the new display, dubbed MATD, for multimodal acoustic trap display, maybe something to put in the back of your head for a minute, doesn't need a screen or any other aids, and the 3D image can be safely touched.
I know how this works.
The MATD system is based on acoustic tweezer technology that can suspend particles in space and move them with ultrasonic waves in different directions.
Oh, shit. Okay.
The ultrasonic waves are too high frequency to be heard and aren't harmful, but they can move the bead so rapidly around an empty space about 4 inches across. The high speed of the bead right now is 28 feet per second. It makes it look like a much larger image. Some of the demonstration images show a 3D butterfly flapping its wings or a colored knot being tied, colored balloon knot. Well, the porn industry always gets ahead of it on this, and a globe of the world. And some guy dipping his nutsack in buffalo sauce is one of the things. So the same ultrasonic waves can move the bead and create the feeling of touch, and can also create sounds that seem to come from the image itself. It's a bit like if you take a straw and blow it into your hand. It's distinct enough to feel it, but it's not enough to stop you from really doing anything, so you can move it around. It's possible on the prototype to interrupt the image. That means like you can knock it all away and it won't cause any harm to anything. The display is pretty amazing. Acoustic tweezers could also be used to deliver drugs within the body or levitate and move individual living cells and bad cells, an application that's currently being developed in the United States. Acoustic tweezers have many inherent advantages, such as high versatility, high precision, high biocompatibility, and very low costs. That's from Tony Jun Huang at Duke University. The work on acoustic 3D display is a smart way of utilizing acoustic tweezers and could have significant impact in all of our lives in so many different ways.
That shit's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
A few years ago at the Promotional Products Convention up in Chicago, there was like this place that does... It's really cool, and you've probably seen these somewhere, but they had kind of these 3D holograms that you could personalize and you can make. And what it was this bar basically on it.
I've seen those.
You know, it spins, and with LED lights through there, they're able to project a 3D image. Pretty fucking cool.
Sure.
But it still requires a device. It's still, you know, kind of stationary or whatever. This is crazy. This plays into like the cymatics, you know, like or that video. I love that video. I watch it. I revisit that video every couple of months.
Time.
It's so fucking cool. If you haven't seen the cymatics video, maybe we'll throw that up in the page too. But like, there are all kinds of videos where they take these super light beads and they show exactly what they're talking about, where they're able to raise these things up with frequency. Like, they're so light that the frequency lifts these things up and they hover in place. What's amazing to me is that they're finding a way to control that with precision, moving a frequency like about the room, I assume.
Yeah, if you see some of the videos, it's just it's usually butterfly just flapping its wings.
Right.
Real little.
And it's just one bead?
That's just one. They said on the website they do have capabilities for more, but I believe that's one bead.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's moving at 28 feet per second.
Yeah, I mean, that's fast.
But how is it doing that with the light? I mean, you can see it's kind of choppy. Like, the image is kind of choppy. But they said it's the closest thing to, like, the Princess Leia hologram.
That's what I'm saying.
And then if you can interact with it.
And it moves.
Well, you would have to have a big system of all these, like a box of
acoustic.
And then eventually you could levitate yourself, you know, if you had enough of these things, or somehow it could surround you.
Put me in that room. I actually want a room like that in my forever home.
Of course you do.
Like just an acoustic resonance, like just a resonance room, like sitting inside of a gong. You know what I mean? Just a place where you can just run all kinds of frequencies through. I don't know. I'm willing to experiment.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, fuck.
Your fly's down.
It's because I stuffed a fucking paper towel in there, bud.
No. Does that have anything on it? Any blood?
It actually does. There was some lingerer. There was some lingering sauce there. There was some lingering sauce there, bud.
You need to go take a shower. Why are you looking at that like it's blood?
Well, it's not blood.
Okay.
It's all bloody.
Guys, that's our show. Craig really outdid yourself today.
You know,
guy, you really
somebody's
did
somebody has got to turn the people's attention to what matters.
Whether or not you can taste things with your ball sack.
I knew it beforehand.
Never? You didn't get anything?
No. No, I got a hot sack. Hot sack of nuts.
You do have a hot sack.
Hot sack of nuts.
Guys, join the Discord server, whatever.
Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving,
November 21st.
Let's do it.
Spanish Society.
Let's do it. Let's have a good time.
Potluck.
Dance. I'm going to have a dance.
Potluck.
They're going to smoke a bird.
We're going to smoke a bird. You're going to bring a dish that you
A
like
dish
on the
that you
side.
love.
Maybe you're going to bring a dessert.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Bring what you like.
Bring anything you like. It'll be fine. On this day in history. Marky Coastal Sport.
Bundren Property Group.
Bundren Property Group makes that fact available. It was fun hanging out with you today, Ross Allen Gresham, the 24th.
Yeah, he's great. He actually looked stuff up for us.
I like it. He's great. He's great.
Yeah, he did.
He's great.
Everyone is leaving Facebook. We love you guys so much. For the last week, we have been averaging way more people on Twitch than any other platform. Facebook still is holding about 30 to 50% at times. Well, we appreciate the shit out of you guys for trying to make the move. Like that's awesome. What do we got on the election updates?
It's still Biden with 238 electoral votes to Trump's 213. It appears
Who are we waiting on?
sometime overnight. We're waiting on Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin.
Pennsylvania's
and
the big one, though, right?
Well,
Or they all matter.
There's no path to victory that doesn't include one of either Wisconsin or Michigan for Trump.
Oh, really?
So, like, he'll have to, like, there's been a lot of votes come in for Joe Biden since everybody went to bed last night. So he took the lead in Michigan. Wisconsin, he was Trump was already kind of running behind. But you're talking about Wisconsin's 21,000 votes difference out of over 3 million.
Oh, Joe Biden's a genius.
And
dude.
Michigan is 32,000 votes difference out of over 5 million.
Jesus.
So, I mean, those are real razor-thin margins.
But no, Joe Biden's a genius. They called him Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
And all of his votes came in the night.
Everybody was sleeping.
That's why they call me.
That's why
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe.
Oops.
Sorry. Alaska hasn't been called. That's not much. But no, yeah. So anyway.
Has Wyoming been called yet? And they're whopping 3 electoral votes.
Yep,
Get your shit together, Wyoming.
70.4.
No one cares.
They actually have the lowest amount of voters. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like the amount.
That's what's from our Washington, D.C. article,
yeah,
right?
I mean, the amount of voters in that area, like there's a lot of open land.
Who'd D.C. vote for?
Oh, always blue.
Always?
Always blue, yeah.
Gotcha.
So
it doesn't matter who runs shit in that?
No, there's
Really?
no bear. The federal government has no bear.
I know, but I'm just saying it doesn't
Nope.
sway one way or the other. That's interesting.
No, it sure
Missouri's red.
Missouri was red, although it was
How
blue.
close was it?
Texas and Missouri were blue for a long time as the results rolled in. Oh, it was a blowout. And everything. So here's a perfect
56.
Here's a perfect example of
What about Texas?
Well, Texas ended up being pretty red.
Oh,
but
damn.
still, even then, like almost flip blue for Biden when you're considering Texas. Usually Texas is a pretty quick, like bold red state on the electoral map.
Yeah,
a lot of
it
people
seemed
moving
like-
to Texas. The whole idea is to flip it blue. You know, there's becoming more. A lot of people moving from California into Texas. Same way with Arizona. Arizona didn't used to flip blue so easy, but
What about New Mexico?
New Mexico's always been
Blue?
pretty blue.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was kind of weird because it was always kind of out on an island. Colorado flipped blue in the Senate too. So Cory Gardner, who was kind of he spoke on cannabis a few times, and he was a partner across the aisle. I think about stuff like that, like, oh man, I don't know. Adding another pro-cannabis Democrat, like, is that going to get as much done as having a pro-cannabis Republican from your state? And you know what I mean? Like somebody that can influence a caucus and kind of hold their own party to the fire. It's really interesting, man. I haven't seen.
It's pretty interesting how it all looks on a map too, because it
I
always
posted
looks
something.
you know,
This would have been awesome if, like, so Nebraska and Maine, they split their electoral votes. There's a couple of districts in there that kind of make a tie possible. Like it's possible to at each people get 269. Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think at this point it's very unlikely. But Trump showed up way better in Nevada. There's only 8,000 votes difference in Nevada right now between the two of them. That's well within, like, there's going to be so much litigation, dude. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's not the results of the election as far as like who wins. It's how long are people going to be wondering about this, and just the amount. I mean, Friday's like probably best case scenario that we find out. You know, and even then, after they announce it, both of these, it's close enough that both of these legal teams are going. It's probably
what
gonna go
happens
before the
at that
Supreme
point if we hit like a stalemate where it's like there's
Nancy
only
Pelosi's your president.
while there's a stalemate,
Yeah,
Pelosi
the Speaker
is
of the House would take over. But so check it out. What would happen if it tied? This is pretty cool. I heard this last night. If it tied, okay, the House of Representatives would select the president by a vote, and the Senate would select the vice president. So it could essentially be Joe Biden and Mike Pence, which would really be a fucking...
I think that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Didn't they used to do that in the early history of America?
I'm not sure, but I think it's pretty cool. Although the vice president, other than being a tiebreaker in the Senate, kind of a cucked position.
I'm a vice president.
You want to be a VP?
Look at me.
Not a bad deal.
I'm a vice president guy. You don't want me in charge of everything. You want me, I'm a clubhouse guy.
Glad handing, man.
I'm a clubhouse guy. I'll sniff your kids. We did it, guys.
Yeah, man. It's interesting stuff. I just hope that it doesn't drag out so long that there's just overwhelming anxiety about which direction's going. And honestly, if it stays this close, we have no idea how close we are as far as what the transfer of power looks like.
That's it.
That's crazy, dude.
That's what we do. We transfer power to you.
We're transferring power to you, the people.
Guys, what a show. Like I said, I'll put everything up on the Discord server. Craig, I think you did a good job today, bud. And there's one thing that I always forget.
I think. I know. Are you talking about Cowabunga?
Having a little trouble today there, bud. Trouble with the buttons. It's okay, Craig. Hey, how's your nuts?
My nuts are on fire!